it's really important to take care of your feet. You know,
Listen, we're just at Stagecoach.
Yeah, if you're at Stagecoach walking around or going to a high function meeting, I feel like the feet are like one of the most important things and highly forgotten about part of like how people accessorize for their outfits. First of all, socks are a great way to accent your outfit. You can have a little fun with a sock. Also, like you can be comfortable and stylish at the same time. And the good people at Bombas are making sock shopping fun again.
They are really great for just everyday errands. Like Bombas makes the ultimate errand sock, from actually spring cleaning to walking the dog to everything in between. Bombas took their sock arch hugging, stay up cuff, ultra cushion design very seriously, so you can take a load off. They also have an amazing line of fresh white tees, waterproof slides, and a few pair of buttery soft seamless underwear. Bombas makes all of it. Bombas now offers international shipping. In addition to the US, they now ship to over 200 countries. Bombas started making socks when they learned that they're the #1 most requested clothing item in homeless shelters. So thank you for shopping with Bombas. You've helped donate over 150 million essential items. Now that's a lot of socks and a lot of kindness. Head over to bombas.com/VIALL and use code VIALL for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/VIALL. Use code VIALL at checkout.
You're crazy.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Viall Files Reality Recap Edition, and we got 1 year of marriage in the books.
Woo! We did it.
Yeah, we did
It
it.
was hard. I didn't think we were going to make it. We did say next year. We were like, next year, our captions will be jokey. Like,
We went heavy.
yeah.
We went heavy and serious and
So much
sentimental.
love.
Honestly,
so
the
much love.
night before.
Honestly, after our second post, we were both like kind of disgusted with each other's love. It
Yeah.
was just like, ugh, God, get over yourselves.
But the truth behind it is that Nick was like, do you want to have a competition? And I was like, oh, with what? And he was like, who can, because we got massages, but we had to go one at a time. So he was like, while the other person's in the massage, let's see who can make the best anniversary post.
Who can win the anniversary
who can
post
who can
competition?
find the best photos and who can write the best caption.
Ooh.
It was a competition. Who do you think won?
Oh, first, I want to know who went first.
I went first.
Nick went first.
Of course.
Natalie's was a black and white photo first, right?
Natalie,
Yes.
Natalie definitely was always going to win the photo department because like
Uh-huh.
she's better at curating said photos and she is more just generally present and mindful about those things in general and saves them. And I spent more time on the message and then I kind of whipped through my photo book and I was like, these are fine. I went through my favorites. And I was like,
You're like, this is literary.
Yeah. He's a poet.
I am an author.
You're a poet.
He's
I'm
a
an
poet.
author.
Literally.
It was grammatically correct and spelled correctly.
Yeah.
Why
Some of it.
was?
Some
Yeah.
of it.
I mean, what I read.
I saw a couple.
Oh, well, I tried. I tried.
Some spelling mistakes.
There's some
I was like,
spacing.
I kind of
That
wish
I
they could
was
send
I
this to
was
me.
sweating in an infrared sauna while writing that, and I may or may not have also just been very chilled and very relaxed.
Yeah. Picking up what you're putting down.
Who do y'all think won?
Who had the most comments?
I think
I
Natalie
did.
won the photo department, and I
Mhm.
think Nick won the caption department.
So we're both
It was a tie.
winners.
It was a
Yeah.
tie. We
Yeah,
were
I
both we were both winners.
I said after we left, I said, so who do you think won the Instagram war? And Nick goes, war? This was just like a fun, friendly little like challenge.
War.
I believe they say
War.
all is fair in love and war.
They do.
It was a very fun, very enjoyable anniversary weekend, but it was interesting because you don't really know. Natalie's like,
All
huh?
right.
She's like, okay.
Was it?
Haven't heard this word yet.
You didn't feel a lot of like almost in a way self-induced pressure for your anniversary. It's like it's your first wedding anniversary. It's like you've had it. Like I'm old enough to know that birthdays aren't that big of a deal. You
Well,
know, to not get that
some.
excited about like my birthday. Yeah. Because I have my wife's birthday to worry about these days.
Exactly.
And I have now Mother's Day and well, I don't have Father's Day, but like, and then Mother's Day is like 2
birthday.
weeks away.
Valentine's Day.
You got Valentine's Day, you know what I'm saying? But your first wedding anniversary, you want to, it's that balance between doing what you enjoy the most, but making sure that you like are making like this weekend or day feel meaningful, like feel unique, you know? And I think there was a mix of us like figuring out what that was in real time.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you guys did a lot this weekend.
We did. We went to Stagecoach on Friday.
Uh-huh.
We met with our friends Tyler and Tate and spent time with them at Stagecoach. And then it got like really windy and cold, and we saw Lana, which was great. And we saw George Burge, who's joining us on Wednesday, came out and performed live with Lana. That was very cool. And we saw Zach Bryan again, which like I know, like, you know, bad boyfriend, good musician.
Did you see Mom Talk?
At
We did
Stagecoach, we
not.
did not.
They were all
No.
over there.
But like, you know, it's one of those things like Stagecoach, Coachella, same thing, festival, like it's fun, but incredibly like inconvenient. It got incredibly cold. Like it's a lot of things where you just have to be like, we're having fun, while you're freezing the whole time, being like, we chose to do this on our anniversary. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? It's,
Which also, I find it very confusing that they rearrange the festival every year. Or
We weren't there
or
last
since,
year.
Yeah, but the last time we went, they've rearranged it. So when I just memorized like where everything was, and I get there and it's like, nope, jumbled it up. Like, try to figure out where your station is now. It's like,
Stagecoach, if you're listening, we don't like the new layout. If you care what we think, we're just
Yeah.
saying, you know, the 2 years ago, the layout, much better.
That
Is
happened to my Trader Joe's recently. It was
ugh,
really upsetting.
it's frustrating,
It's
right? You
frustrating.
just memorize where everything is.
Yeah.
Is it the same as Coachella's setup?
It was 2 years
I honestly
ago,
don't
different this time.
No.
So main stage, different place. I don't know. Don't even want to get into it. It's
Yeah,
not really the
it's
point.
okay.
Then we came back. We woke up Saturday morning in the desert, bright and sunny.
Hot. People were
hot,
laying out by
beautiful.
the pool at 8 a.m.
Natalie,
Like,
Natalie did a lot of planning. Natalie did more planning for our anniversary than I did. I just want to give my wife credit.
Wait, have you
Shocker.
seen the TikTok trend that it's like, I'm Sierra and I've made the plans, and then it would be
I'm
like,
Nick. Yeah, I'm Natalie, and I'm Nick. I'm Natalie, and I got the rings for our anniversary. I'm Nick, and I'm Natalie, and I drove everywhere this weekend.
that's what it sounds.
I'm
like.
Nick. I'm Nick, and I got high. Anyways, yeah. So we left sunny Palm Springs Saturday morning.
And Natalie did not know this at the time, but when Natalie made our anniversary plans, she, in her mind, had a vision of sweating her ass off in a bikini poolside getting sun.
Ooh,
yeah,
sounds like a
doesn't
fun
that sound
weekend.
good? Doesn't that scream anniversary?
Mhm.
It screams honeymoon. It screams anniversary. It screams like vacation.
It was a really good vacation.
I felt it.
Yeah.
But then we woke up and had to leave the desert based on the plans that my wife and our
That our wife-
That our wife
our
planned
party
for us.
our party planning
Extraordinaire.
person plan for us. Turns out the weather in LA, even though 2.5 hours away from Palm Spring, different.
Oh my god.
Oh,
The
no.
pouring
Freezing
rain.
and pouring rain.
So Natalie is in her mind thinking, "This is not what I had. This is not what I planned. This is not what I planned. This is not what I planned. This is not what I planned."
And then
I had to
as we're
recalibrate my wife's mood.
as we're driving home, we're driving in the rain. We're like, oh, like how crazy would it be if like the place we're staying at was like sold out of massages for the weekend? Like that would be crazy. And then we're like, maybe we should call and book one. So Nick calls and they're like, sold out. Sorry, we have some like Monday afternoon. We're like, oh, not gonna work.
And honestly, our whole reason for going is just to get rubbed on.
Yeah.
Like we love a massage,
Okay.
Well,
That's
I would say you were happy.
Cool.
a professional one.
Yeah.
Not-
Yes.
Professionally rub one on.
No, like Jesse Soloman.
No Jesse Soloman.
37 minutes in
No,
a
no,
room.
no. Like
Yeah.
his porn search or whatever it was.
loves
that
a good
was,
massage.
Oh, no tan
yeah.
lines.
No,
Yeah,
that
that
was
was
Carl.
No, that was
That's
Carl. And I
Carl's
gotta say, I
tan
just want to stand up for Carl here. I just like, look.
He's honest.
He's
Well,
on
it's
it.
also niche, but
You're
what,
into
like,
tan line?
no, I'm just saying, why is Jesse and Kyle making fun of Carl's tan line when Jesse's like, well, I like massage porn.
I
It's
feel like
just like-
massage porn's a little bit weirder than like a girl with some tan lines.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Then you
what fantasy, Jesse, are you trying
Yeah.
to like
And,
elicit
like,
or invoke?
Did
Like,
you ask for a foot massage and that's how the toe ended up in her mouth? Like
Mm.
you freak.
Yeah, I don't.
Anyways,
Yeah.
so they're
We'll get
sold
into
out
that
of
later.
massages. So I'm in a bad mood because it's pouring rain and there's no massages for the weekend. So I'm like, oh my God, like the whole weekend is just like
Ruined.
it's ruined
But
in
then-
my mind.
But then I stepped in and I found another hotel in Malibu because that's where we were staying at a different hotel in Malibu. And I'm like, hey, do you guys have some massages available? And they're like, yes, we do. Back to back.
Lovely.
Can't do couples, but we can do back to back. I was like, great, we just want to be rubbed on. It's fine.
Which gave us room for our Instagram war.
Absolutely.
Competition.
Y'all were,
Keeping
y'all were
things fresh.
But
driving. too.
then the place we were staying called us back and said, hey, something this opened up. Couples massage is available for you. And it is an hour and a half after our singles massage. And I was like, book them all. Let's just do them all.
Stop it.
I
Did you
wanna-
really?
Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah,
I
I just
love
want to
that
I just
for
want to
you
get rubbed on
guys.
all day.
I'm jealous.
So we woke up. Now I got a massage. Well, I poured my heart out on Instagram
Yes.
and had very few grammatical errors, which I'm very proud of. I am.
You should be.
Natalie went, and I got massaged, and then we scurried over to the place where we were staying and got a couples massage.
Wait, that's
It
so
was
cute.
really, it was really great. And then, but we were supposed to stay last night at this place, and then we ended our staycation because we wanted to see our daughter, and it felt like we were wasting money.
Yeah.
You are like 45 minutes away.
we
Yeah, you would have had to wake up super early this morning.
yeah.
Well-
Well, it just that's what I meant when I started talking about the weekend, where it was just like, again, like there's that balance between like it's our first wedding anniversary. We wanted to make it feel special and unique. We didn't we obviously we're very busy. We didn't have time to do some crazy trip.
Mhm.
So we did a staycation, which we don't really do a lot of, and we're also people who just really love being home, you know, and being comfortable. So it's like this weird thing. We went to a very beautiful place. It was wonderful. It was great. But it wasn't our house, and our house is 45 minutes away. So
And,
is our
like,
daughter, and it's
yeah.
like
I think it's you guys having a baby too, that it's just kind of like, how do you fully relax when you're like, I could be home and doing this?
Yeah, it
with
was
her.
like I'm
Yeah.
watching the baby monitor as like my mom's trying to put her to sleep, and she's like kind of fighting it and crying, and I'm like, should we just go? Let's just go home, right? We should just put her to bed. We'll be home in 45 minutes. I can rock her. I'll put her to bed. Everything's fine. And so yeah, we ended our staycation early, and honestly, we had a great time last
We
night
had a great time.
being at home with our
Yeah.
family. I have the craziest story to tell y'all though.
Oh, wait.
Please.
The other day, I leave the studio.
Should we talk about our gifts first, though?
Oh, sure. Yeah, it's another thing.
No,
I
you
planned.
can't do
setup.
that to
Yeah, it's like
us.
the
No,
setup.
no. It was my idea. You did it.
The
What
gifts
comes
or the
first?
leaving the studio?
Gifts. So, all right. So our
It's part of our
our
anniversary.
anniversary is weeks away,
Mhm.
and then I'm like, fuck, another fucking thing. I have to get a fucking gift for. It's what's going on in my head.
You got to make this part of your love language now.
Truly, he's got to.
It ain't changing.
He's got to.
So my sneaky ass was like, I honestly think this is a really good idea.
Okay.
Because I don't what I'm supposed to
Sneaky.
buy you a fucking gift on and then you buy me a gift on the anniversary, and so what we get stuff.
But it's your 1-year anniversary.
No, I know, but so I
Literally.
said let's do a gift together. Let's do a gift that we can share.
He acts like he's being sneaky. Like I knew what he was doing the whole time.
I
so
have
we
no
got
idea where
we
this is
got
going.
matching rings.
So
Nice.
he was like, "What should we do? Should we like a trip?" And I was like, "Well, I already booked our staycation on my credit card, so I feel like I've already given a gift to us." And he was like, "Yeah, no, but like I paid for that too." And I was like, "Well, not really, because it was on my personal credit card." And so then he tried to take credit for that, which I wasn't allowing him to. And so he's like, "What if we did like?" I don't know. I'm like, is there like a purse you want? Like,
Is there a
"No."
purse you want to see me in?
Yeah. Yeah. Are you dying to see me in like a new Prada?
You want YSL from head to toe?
So then finally I'm like, what if we found like a matching piece of jewelry?
No, it was my idea.
Whatever. And so it's like we could do like bracelets,
me
a
that.
necklace, or ring. So I reach out to my friend at Real Fine Studio. She owns this really cute like boutique fine jewelry. I got my like signet ring for River, the little birthstone for River from her. I was like, do you have anything? She sent me these rings. They have 2 diamonds on them, which immediately, as we all know, like things in 2s have become very significant and special to us because of the miscarriages. So I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Like it's kind of like both of our babies that we lost within the first year of us being married. So I was like, let's engrave April 27th, 2024 on the inside of the band. She's like, do you want to put River's birthstone in there? I'm like, no, she happened before the marriage. We're going to keep this strictly first year of marriage. Love her.
She's
but
a
like, no.
She's a bastard.
I'm like, no. Yeah. Which someone did comment on our wedding video and be like, wearing a full-length veil after fully birthing a child seems ironic. I'm like,
All right, slut shamer.
literally.
That's outrageous.
Okay, so you hate
Crazy.
fashion.
Sorry.
Literally, yeah.
Sorry. But anyway, so we got these rings and they're very special and they're very beautiful. And now we're matching.
Yeah. So
Beautiful.
So my
Yeah.
crazy story. I'm leaving the studio and we're about to head off for this weekend of events. So I was like, I need to go to the grocery store and get like my mom and River fully stocked for the weekend. So I go to Whole Foods, pushing the cart around in the produce. I'm figuring out planning all of River's meals in my heads. And then in my multiple heads. And then I go to the meats and I'm getting her some meat. And this man looks at me and he goes, "Excuse me, were you just over there?" And I was like, "What?"
I
It's like,
mean,
were you-
probably.
Yeah, he's like, were you just over there with all the fruit? And I was like, oh, yeah,
What did you do?
I was. And he was like, I just felt like every time I looked up, I only saw you.
Ugh.
And I was like, oh.
Huh.
And he was like, sorry if that's weird. And I was like, no, yeah, it's crazy.
Because I'm not the only one in this
Can I
store.
get a half a pound of beef? And so then I'm like, anyway, so I take my meat, I go down the baby aisle, I get some diapers, I get some snacks for River, and then I go down the next, I'm going down each aisle, right? And I go down the beans or whatever it is, and he's coming down. And so I'm like, haha, hey, like, what a coincidence. See each other again, how funny. And I keep it moving, and he's like, as he's walking past me, he goes, next time I'm going to ask for your name. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. So then I go down the next aisle. He follows me down that aisle, and he's like, what a coincidence. Like, this is truly fate.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What does this guy look like? Is that the same?
He is
as
a
well?
short European, like French man,
So accent.
I would say.
He
An
don't-
accent, yes. I
Okay.
cannot do a French, so I won't be trying.
Oh
But he's like late 30s, early 40s, probably.
Irrelevant regardless.
Irrelevant, but yes, short little French man. And so he's like, what a coincidence. This is such fate. And I was like, oh. Or you just like watched me go down this aisle and you followed me down here. But sure. And he goes, what is your name? I said, Natalie. And then he goes to write in his calendar with an H. I said, no, not with an H.
What?
The American way.
Yeah.
He goes, and number? Like he was
Like he's taking a reservation.
Literally, like he's booking me. And I go, oh no, I'm married and I have children. He goes, what? You look way too young. Sorry, you just look too young.
Oh.
And I was like,
With the
well, thank
diapers
you,
in the
but
in the
yeah,
car.
no.
Yeah.
And so we keep going, and he goes, next time, Natalie with no H. And I was like, there won't be one.
I'm
like-
going to a different Whole Foods.
For sure. Thanks. So then I'm like, I'm like, what is this fucking freak? So then I finish going around. There's one aisle open and he's in the fucking checkout. And I'm like, nope, I'm taking another lap. And it was just like the way that this man was trying to sell this as like, what a coincidence. It's just such
Meanwhile,
fate.
he's stalking
you're
you in the
stalking
grocery
me.
store.
Like you're literally watching what aisle I go down and then following me and being
Yeah.
like, oh.
I like to think he's standing at one end of the hallway going 1, 2, 3, okay, and like runs down to the
Is
middle.
there a world though where like, I mean, let's say set the stage. You're a single person, and there's a guy who tries this clearly a move. There's no world in which you're charmed by it. If
No.
he's
Oh, I would
tall.
take it.
I feel like,
No.
especially like grocery stores, I've had that happen in like a Target, and you're just kind of like, I'm here running errands.
You know what I think his flaw is?
What?
He was too confident at the point in which he asked for the number.
Mm.
Because like, all right, let's you know how everyone's always saying like, I just want to meet someone in the grocery store, like what if this was just like a guy who just like wasn't paying attention to her ring finger or what's in her cart, whatever, and he was just like thought she was cute and maybe he's just trying to make a move. But like her version is like he's fucking stalking. I'm just saying, what if he just saw a person and then was thinking, I gotta get the guts, I gotta build up the courage to finally make the move.
Mhm.
So like by the time he did that, he was like, and number? Like he's done it a million times, as opposed to like awkwardly being like, all right, the other 5 times I chickened out, but now I'm gonna finally like just be like hi and introduce myself. He lacked a little bit of awkwardness and nervousness, I feel like, in his game.
It was less meet cute, more.
Yeah, more like I've done this 30
more-
times.
yeah,
More like,
Zodiac
I want to sign
killer.
you up for our subscription service.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask for your email next.
Yeah.
It was very
Can you
just
More.
imagine?
like,
Do you want to become your
Name?
own boss?
number.
Yeah.
Yeah, very culty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
just not into that.
No.
I'm like, hit
Yeah.
on me in a place where, like, not now, but when I was single, I'm like, hit on me in a place where it would be expected. Most likely I ran here with no makeup on. I'm just trying to get some errands done. I'm not looking for a date at 12:30 p.m. in the afternoon.
Literally.
I'm just
Yeah.
not.
Speaking of date, recently, or not too recently, a few months ago, Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift, Ryan Reynolds, and Blake Lively went out to dinner, and they seemed like friends. And this morning, I know we haven't really covered the story too much lately because, like, it's still toxic and whatever. Our position. But Travis Kelce unfollowed Ryan Reynolds, according to TMZ.
Which is like a statement.
Listen, it doesn't change. Everyone's gonna be like, oh my God, like, maybe Travis Kelce feels a certain way towards Ryan. I don't know. Maybe like it doesn't seem like an accident. Travis follows like 1,300 people.
So that was
My
a
big
choice.
thing is like at this point, like despite them doing a double date not too long ago, despite the connection and friendship between Taylor Swift and Blake Lively, And at this point, the only thing that has been coming out is like, friends of or speculation, more or less rumors. But like, Travis has his own massive show and podcast with his brother. And he's obviously a very public figure and he's like going out in the limelight. Like, why at this point now he's involving himself in a story that you would think he's got everything about that's coming out of like Taylor Swift camp has suggested that like, who knows what's true or not, but like she didn't appreciate being brought into this like messy conflict between Justin and Blake. And then,
like no one has mentioned Travis.
No one's mentioned Travis Kelce.
I was not thinking about him in regards to this whatsoever.
He was even dating Taylor during this whole thing.
Well, maybe that's the whole thing. Maybe he wants press.
Maybe.
I don't
know. But doesn't it seem weird? Like, regardless of why he did it, or
he could have muted her. Like,
yeah,
he's dating the most famous, like has been through this world, knows every trick of the trade, knows what's going to get press, what's not going to get press. Like him unfollowing is going, like he could have just been like, you know what, I don't want to see his stuff anymore, like mute. But no, he wants to be part of the story, which I find crazy.
It's petty.
So the headline is that he unfollowed Ryan Reynolds specifically. So Ryan Reynolds still follows Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce has like 1,600 people that he's following.
Yeah.
So Blake Lively doesn't follow Travis Kelce, but that's like a separate.
But she may have never.
She may have never. Yeah, that was never part of the headline.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
it's just like
he's being like roped into it now because you chose to like publicly unfollow.
For example, obviously you guys know I've been very critical of James Kennedy since his arrest with Allie, right? Like, and then when that came out, we came on the show and I had very strong opinions about James and his character and things like that. The last thing I thought about in that moment was like, oh, I need to unfollow James Kennedy. And so I followed him for, I think, a bit of time. People did start to notice. And then I was like, yeah, I shouldn't follow this guy. And like, I don't really want to follow him. But it just like wasn't top of mind. You know what I'm saying? It was more like, oh, yeah, I guess so. But like at this point, like if it is like maybe Travis feels a certain way about Ryan, about who knows? I'm just saying like it is like no one asked for it. No one was paying attention to it. And that was a choice he made. It just seems like almost a really weird, petty move to insert yourself in a story that you see everything about their actions has been, we don't want to be involved.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know what's going on, but like, and again, it's just me. Like when I'm in the position of my life right now where I can afford to be my friends' friends when they really need a friend. That's kind of how I look at it, especially when people are like, when I feel like I can be the only one to have their back. Like I can take the shrapnel, I can take the criticism, like I'm good. And it seems like everything about that's coming from Taylor's camp is like, I don't really want to part. I'm just too busy being, Era's tour and like this is messy and I don't want this. And I guess that's a choice. I mean, again, and maybe she has a certain strong opinion. It's just a weird move. I don't know. It's just why Travis wants to be a part of the story by doing something so trivial as to unfollow Instagram is a choice.
That is a choice.
It's a choice.
It also was a choice for you to say that my forehead was big in our Armani.
We listen and we don't judge.
Our Armani.
Well,
post.
you have an exceptionally small forehead, which is ironic since you have this fear of your forehead. And I just had no real good digs that I could come up with. So I went with the low hanging fruit. Which is your obnoxiously large forehead.
Nick was scrambling.
I was
You
scrambling.
were reading him to filth, and he was just like, well, your forehead's big.
Yeah. Well, like, I didn't think we were talking about real things that I annoyed you about. Like,
he's like, that haircut was a good haircut.
Literally.
You loved it.
Would you rather a 3-head?
No, honestly, I am. I've gotten to a point now where like, I think seeing River have my chin has made me love my chin, because it's like, and I've hated my chin my whole life. And it's crazy because I got my chin from my mother. And I know my mother used to always be like, sorry, honey, like that was me, And so I was bullied for it for a lot of the years. And so like, finally I got to a point where I look at my daughter and I see my chin and I'm like, no, wait, it looks so cute on her. Like, I love it. I gave her that chin. And I think that same thing about my forehead now.
You've always had a great forehead.
But People were in the comments being like, "Oh, they're definitely fucking getting divorced." Wow, like Nick talked
First
about her
it was like,
body
oh, these-
parts.
No,
Wow.
it's like the real fans always show up first.
Yeah.
Your ride or dies. They're like, oh my god, we love you. Couple goals. Oh, yeah, I love how you guys make fun of each other. Oh my god,
So silly, so funny.
So silly, so funny. And then like then the haters kind of show up. Be like, oh, what's this? You guys are fighting? Oh, trouble in paradise. All right, no, that felt personal. No, there was.
Oh no,
there
they
was
hate
truth.
each other.
Yeah, there was truth behind that pain.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm like, thank God for you, it's someone in the middle of nowhere for clarifying that I'm not happy here, I guess, and I'm not happy in my marriage.
I forgot that you sitting in your small town of Roanoke know what's going on.
Specific. That's a
Know
real
what's going on
I know,
at
but
our home.
bad things happened in Roanoke.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I've never been.
American
I
Horror
hear it's
Story.
lovely.
American Horror
Well,
Story.
I did take Justin to the Armani party
Oh,
a couple weeks
yeah.
I
ago.
did. It was cute.
Did you feel like an employee or did you feel like my friend?
You did address me as a friend, which is nice, but then I also
Aw.
held your bag for the photo shoot. So, I mean, I played both
valid.
parts. The photographer's like, can you hold that? Or can you scoot out of the way? I was like, yeah.
No, yeah, for sure.
Out of the shot.
But I enjoyed it. I appreciated it.
How was the party?
It was a lot of fun. Leslie Bibb was there. Who played her friend?
Brenda Song, Allie and AJ.
Yeah. Star-studded cast.
Did you talk to anybody, Justin?
I did. Yeah. Bailey Madison was there.
Love her.
Yeah.
Bailey Madison.
And the
Love
whole
her.
time she was like, Cece. Yeah, Cece talks about you. And I was like, who is Cece? And then eventually I was like, oh, Sierra.
Yeah.
Like, should
Got
we
it.
be calling you Cece?
No, that's just like my nickname for. Well, it's always been my nickname since I was a kid. But like, Caitlin, her sister, her daughters call me Cece since they were little, and so all the little kids can't say Sierra, obviously. So we start off with Cece, and then it just sticks.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was a good event, though. It was one of those events where they like pass around like the food you can eat, but it's literally the size of a penny.
Hors d'oeuvres,
Yeah, but it's like smaller than an order.
tray passing,
All the serving staff are hot models.
of course,
Mhm.
of course.
Like, do you want
Struggling actors.
a goat cheese with balsamic on it? You're like,
Fuck yeah, I do.
sure.
I didn't, but now the way that you said that, let me try it.
Well, speaking of eating, Gwyneth Paltrow is eating carbs and cheese again.
Woo!
Good for
Welcome
her.
back, Gwen.
I don't know. I'm kind of upset about it.
I'm like, is this giving into the world?
It's kind of it's apocalyptic time. If
Listen,
Gwyneth Paltrow
she's-
is at the point in her life where she needs to eat carbs, what hope is there for
Listen,
any of
I
us?
just think she hasn't had like a stomach ache in a while, and she was like, "I need a little dare."
She's like, I've heard all about these hot girls with their hot tummy issues,
Guys,
and I
can
kind
I-
of want to be part of that.
Can I give a little update on my 2025 diet?
Oh, you're
Sure.
water fast?
Well, it started with a water fast, but
Mhm.
I'm happy to report that I've been pretty good about like almost no sugar. And I haven't worked out that much in the past 6 weeks. And I've never been more
Svelte.
Oh.
I'm just saying, like,
Snatched.
I've had a couple cheat days. I tried my mom's homemade chocolate chip cookies. I also I crushed some Tic Tac Chewies that are delicious, and I figured were more than worth it. But other than a couple just moments, like I've completely cut out like just like like Arnold Palmer's. I would go to like a restaurant and crush 4 Arnold Palmer's. You know how much sugar that is in a
Whoa.
lemonade?
No
a
idea.
lot. A lot. I haven't had a single chocolate croissant in 2025. No donuts, no desserts,
What
no
about-
popsicles.
Popsicles.
You know, the problem was I ended 2024 eating like I imagined I could eat when I was 12 when I became an adult.
Okay.
You know, like
yeah.
the way I imagined like when I can buy my own goddamn food, I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I wrapped up 2024. I would eat dinner and then I'd crush a box of Cocoa Pebbles and I'd top it off with a popsicle. That was nuts. And when it comes to bread, I'm mostly sourdough.
Nice.
Well, that's good for you. Yeah.
Love sourdough.
Gut healthy.
Yes.
Mhm.
And again, I haven't ran, I haven't worked out, and I've never been leaner and less puffy. I'm just saying, if you know,
One Gwyneth dies,
you don't need Gwyneth.
another
You just
returns.
follow this
Exactly.
guy.
Nick is the new Gwyneth Paltrow.
You can
Yeah,
eat
you heard it here
meat. You
first,
can even eat
folks.
breads. You can. All I have changed is I've cut out the Arnold Palmer's and desserts from my diet.
What about coffee?
Lots of fruit. I'm back on coffee, big
Okay.
time.
Mm.
Yeah, big time.
Inject that shit.
I lot of fruits at night. A lot of grapes have become my new candy.
Oh, those are good.
Cute.
Yeah.
Do you put
Have
them in
you-
the freezer?
I was going to
Frozen
say.
grapes.
No,
Oh, frozen grapes are so good.
Frozen mango, little bit of tahini.
I don't need mango.
I will say grapes have a lot of sugar
Okay.
in it, though, so you have to be
It's
careful.
natural. It's natural.
Well, some of them aren't. If you're getting the cotton candy grapes.
Not those
No,
GMOs.
I'm buying fruit.
Well,
Cotton candy grapes are technically fruit.
yeah.
It's the fruit they sell in the South.
They're not injecting cotton candy.
I'm just saying. I'm
What did you think that was?
all I'm saying is I'm not eating simple sugars.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you,
I am
Sarah.
I would never.
Yeah.
So I'm very proud of you.
Yeah.
We have a great episode lined up for you. Later this episode, Georgia Hassarati returns to Viall. She's in the new hit Netflix show Battle Camp, which is now streaming and crushing it on Netflix if you want to join. But she returns.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Lots of fun talking to Georgia. She's always fun and a little messy. It's always really enjoyable. And coming up shortly, Kelsey Anderson is coming solo. We didn't invite Joey. Yeah. No, I did. I was like, you know what, Kelce, she's out there. She's making moves. She's potentially getting in fights at Coachella. We don't know. So we said, Kelce, come. We don't want Joey. Well, Kelsey Anderson is joining us shortly. But before she does, let's talk a little Summer House. This is a fun episode.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Schwartz.
Schwartz was there. Schwartz came. Schwartz is like the guy who's like, he's trying to find his like Marvel show he wants to be on. You know, it's just like which superhero iteration does he want to be a part of? And he's like right now just kind of scouring the Bravo universe.
He's part of the multiverse
trying to find
right
a home.
now.
Which Spider-Man is it? Which Spider-Man would Schwartz be? Is he Tom Holland? Is he Andrew Garfield? Is he Tobey Maguire?
I don't know, but I kind of wanted to see him make
Tobey
a quick
Maguire.
cameo on.
I think
he's
on
Tobey
Love
Maguire.
Hotel.
Yeah.
He's Tobey Maguire
agree.
because you'll just never forget him. you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
And he's so
Awesome.
cute.
He's cute.
And he always looks a version of 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes a baby girl can be an adult man.
And he's one of those faces that you see and you're just like, you know, you just like immediately smile. You're like, Schwartzy.
He's always smiling.
Even when he does like really bad things, you're all like,
Yeah, you just want to like,
aw.
Not a great episode for Jesse. Fantastic episode for Lexi.
Yeah.
Does Jesse still get his cancer pass after this episode?
I know. No.
Dropped the cancer pass. Jesse, look what you've done.
I can't control what my idiot friends say.
Like,
Like,
crazy.
girl, yes, you can.
So you just want me to be a robot?
Yeah.
Every line in the book.
Every line.
Well, I was going to
manipulation
ask you to be my
tactic.
girlfriend at the end of
But
this
now I don't
weekend.
think so.
But now, after this,
No,
my
I mean, I
God.
know we met each other's parents, but
it was like one
was
after
wild.
the
God.
other.
It was the fuckboy playbook of excuses.
Jesse.
Like we were all just getting PTSD, being like, "Oh, fired, shots fired."
Yeah.
Lexi was good though. She held
She
her
was
ground.
incredible.
She did.
She said robot. No, I
No.
never said that.
A star is born.
She was incredible. I think anyone watching it, men, ladies, whoever you are, whoever you are dating, if you want to know how to handle yourself in conflict, especially in early stages of a situationship of what this is, just look at Lexi. Number one, most important trait, calm.
Mm-hmm.
She remained incredibly calm when being faced with a different version
Yeah.
of her reality, which would trigger most of us.
Yep.
She remained incredibly calm.
Mhm.
And then she articulated herself so fantastically in a way where she was just like, yeah, I mean, like, I guess that's a version, but here's like a different version of that story, which made incredible sense.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
It was wild because, you know, it's a classic case where you hear Jesse's version and you're like, oh my God, yeah, that is crazy to like early on you want to date someone, but man, like 2 weeks in, you're just like demanded they don't follow any women on Instagram. That seems a little hasty. And then you hear Lexi's version. She's like, well, I don't know. Let's maybe just not follow 15 new women since we've been like hanging out, which is like, no, that's a totally different story.
Yep.
Mhm.
Like,
And when he was like, I can't control what my friends say or something like that. And she was like, but your actions are making your friends feel icky.
that was an
Mhm.
absolute mic drop.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
Mhm.
Oh my God. When she hit him with the, like, wait, it's not your friends acting a certain way. You're doing things. They feel a way about it and they're
Yeah.
communicating it with me. And it makes them feel icky,
Yep.
which is like nothing any man wants to hear from a lady.
And then for him to immediately throw all of his friends under the bus.
Well, I guess I
I
just
just
like
have
can't
to
trust
trust
my
his
friends.
friends.
Okay.
Jesse, be fucking for real.
It's
At least he has
like-
West.
yeah.
Yeah.
West is in there and is like,
But even Wes was like,
But West was sitting on the bed with the two of them, kind of
Yeah.
like feeding into it too.
Well,
He was
first-
like, "Dude, we were in the car, and he called her, and then was like, all right, I'll call you in a bit." It's like we're gonna be there in an hour.
Yeah.
that's what I said. I think he was at
No,
first
but
trying
he
to
also
defend
threw Wes
Jesse.
under the bus.
And then that's what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, he literally went,
Yeah.
no, Jesse actually was on the phone and is actually needy. And I'm like, he's the one creating all of this chaos because he's not ready to commit, but he needs to make it so if he bails at any time. Everybody
No,
knows
he
she
is-
was crazy.
He very is interested in he's very interested in the having a girlfriend.
Yeah.
He's like the perks of a girlfriend. He's like, this is nice.
Mm-hmm.
She's pretty. I get to hang out with her. I get the emotional support constantly every day. I get to call this person whenever I'm bothered. We also get to have some sex. It's a lot of fun. And then all of a sudden she was like, hey, listen, great. Here's some requests I need for as a boyfriend. He's like,
Whoa, 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 whoa.
whoa.
Can't do it.
Whoa.
I did not know that this went both
I can't
ways.
talk to women? This is crazy.
What do you want me to do with my days?
And
I can't flirt with my very hot friend Sierra all the time. I just have to treat her like a human being. Are you kidding me?
the way his brain couldn't
And
process Sierra
yeah.
being like, fine, you want to throw me under the bus and act like I'm doing something to you? This is what it's like to not have me around.
Mm-mm.
And then he's immediately like, Sierra's acting weird.
Yeah.
Sierra's being like really weird towards me. I don't know what's going on.
I do think she is acting weird. I think she's playing into it too. I'm just saying.
Well, sure. I think my biggest issue with Jesse is like he seems like a great guy. Like he seemed like
Oh.
good person to be friends with. But however, I have an issue where a lot of men have this relationship with women that they are quote unquote friends with, but they are never friends with them. They see them as potential.
Are we talking
For
about Jesse
anything.
or are we talking about
Jesse and Sierra.
Sierra? Okay.
Jesse and Sierra. And it's like you cannot actually be friends with a woman when your only interest in them is like whether they may want to have sex with you.
You
one
know what
day.
the test is? This is real from a perspective of a man. If Sierra were to get naked in front of Jesse, Jesse would not look away.
Yeah.
You're not friends. You know what I'm saying?
I was like, where's he going with this?
Jesse wouldn't be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Let me
If
get
I
off.
have
He would be like,
my women friends that are like straight and I'm straight and we hang out, and there's could be another universe or version where like maybe we dated, like, and I'm like, hey, we're just friends. If I walked into a room and like their clothes were off, I'd be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, oh my God. Like
Yeah.
Jesse would not.
Just we go.
Interesting, yeah.
Whoa.
He
Is
would,
this an
he would
invitation?
exactly. He'd go,
He'd go,
whoa, and he would
"Whoa."
try to linger and keep talking,
be
trying
like, "You
not
look
make it word,
good."
but not. Yeah, he'd be like, oh my God, great tits.
Yeah.
Oh, they're like, Jesse,
Can you turn around really quick? It's just it pisses me off because then it's like he's gonna be like, no, she's just my friend. I'm like, no, you don't see her as a person. You see her as a potential like interest, and that is all she is to you. It's like it really infuriates
And
me.
sorry to
Anyway.
go back to the tan line porn, but I honestly thought that was very wholesome of Carl.
I did
love
too.
Carl. You love,
I
you're,
love
you're,
Carl.
you love Carl too much,
I do.
though.
No, I think he's made a lot of growth, and I think that just like that's such a wholesome thing versus like incest or like
yeah, he wasn't like, oh,
Yeah.
I
You-
want to see like fucking
Stepmom.
schoolgirl.
Oh, it was
like,
definitely no less or more weird than massage porn from Jesse. And they-
or whatever the fuck West said
Wes
that
is
they
over
had to
here
bleep
getting
out.
Yeah, they
subscriptions,
bleeped it all out,
fucking
yeah.
high quality. He's like, I can't even go back to
Wes
normal
is like, let me
porn.
give all my subcategories. But you know what? He's honest.
Yeah, that was.
But I agree though with you though. I don't like in West. Jesse and West are like, yeah, they're not. They're the fuck boy who someday is gonna be a husband.
Mm-hmm.
We watched Lady and the Tramp last night with our daughter.
Beautiful.
It is. It also holds up, by the
What a
way.
transition.
Live action or animated?
Animated. The live
First
action.
one,
Thank
yeah.
God.
No thanks.
Thank God.
Animated only.
We only show her movies from the 1920s.
Yeah. Um,
Okay, retro.
Didn't it come out like 1930 or something?
No.
55.
Yeah.
55.
It's really old. All I knew is that it was really fucking old.
1955. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's
You can beat that
it's
off the dome.
historically accurate. No, Lady and the Tramp. There's a whole like the Tramp
Uh-huh.
in the male dog is they're slut shaming the male dog, and the whole version of it is just like he's a dog, and he's just gonna be a dog until like someone settles him down.
Mhm.
And honestly, like that's West and Jesse, which is like as much as we're talking shit on them, as much as like West got his like basically he got crucified last season.
Crucified.
Jesse West did a little bit.
He said the dramatics.
No,
though.
I love it. I'm here for this.
They didn't stop them from them doing them. You know what I'm saying? Because they can get away with it. Because like we roll our eyes and criticize like shitty behaviors from men, but at the end of the day, like there always will be another lady who's gonna fall for their bullshit. And until that stops happening, they're just gonna do them.
Well, the
So
internet.
it's our fault.
Yes.
No,
The
No,
internet.
It's just like they're not gonna stop.
The internet used a photo of the two of them on the bed with their
Yeah,
little
yeah,
legs
yeah, yeah.
crossed, and they
saw
said, "This
that.
is who greets you in the situationship gates of hell."
Mhm.
And it was Jesse and Wes.
Very, very.
Sierra,
true.
what do you think of
It's funny.
Carl kind of hitting on Sierra?
That was brutal.
Again, it hurts,
Love.
but it was just he's just so
Gross.
wholesome
I
and it was
know.
like innocent and he was just like, maybe I'll shoot my shot.
He was like, let me have a sit-down conversation and just tell her how I feel and see what happens.
Carl is the type of man that I think Sierra should go for that she never will.
Yeah, some people referred to him as like, I can't remember if it was in the show or like if it was outside, but they referred to him as the Mr. Rogers of Summer House. And I
Aw.
was just like, it's so true.
But also, like, Sierra would be an idiot to go for Carl because, like, Lindsay would literally.
It doesn't work.
Forget about Lindsay and whatever and the dynamic,
Okay.
and that probably was just like a show romance. But like Carl is the type of guy that I think Sierra is not going for.
She should.
That she should be going for.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That like is willing to just, it's not that Carl
He
doesn't
see
have his
well,
flaws.
the
but
difference between Carl and Jesse is Carl sees Sierra as a person and is attracted to that person, and Jesse thinks she's hot and
Mhm.
is purely going off of
Well, and
attraction.
Carl's willing to lead with, "Hey, I'm
I have a
into you.
crush.
Yeah.
Like I have a crush."
Mhm.
Where Jesse wants to be like,
Damn, that leg's turning me on right now.
Yeah.
or
the
like,
fuck?
just be like,
You
"Oh, that
can't
was kind of a
control what
stupid
you're
joke."
into.
Mm-hmm.
No, Jesse's gonna like make fun of Sierra
Yeah.
for a while
Mhm.
before he
Mhm.
gives her any like attention, and she's
Mhm.
gonna eat that up.
Sierra did react to Carl saying, I love Carl, but I was not expecting that. But I get it. No, I'm just kidding. And then she said she referred to the friendship as a special relationship and revealed we did have a lot of quality time this summer and it was so great to get to know him in a different light. So she's friend zoning him.
And
is what it sounds
they
like.
did have like a little bit of chemistry her first season. I think it was season 6, where it was just like, we don't know where she's gonna go. But then she was talking to Luke, so it was wasted. And then Carl's brother passed and everything. But they had a very, very, very sweet relationship even from the start of meeting.
So I think it's like friendship.
yeah.
purely, Yeah.
Well, I'm very invested in the rest of Lexi and Jesse's relationship, especially after watching Lexi just absolutely dominate. I mean, it was really great.
And if I'm not invited to the next snooze fest, I'm gonna
Yeah.
God.
Hey,
rampage.
Summer House. Can you send us the party full link?
Can I put myself on a list, please? Thank
Yeah.
you.
I'm also curious about Amanda's storyline the rest of the season because the reunion seating chart was released and she's first chair. So I'm like, what happens with Amanda?
What did you do to deserve that?
Yeah.
And maybe not. Maybe she deserves it anyways.
When
but
was
I'm
the
like,
last time she was first chair?
I don't think she ever was first chair.
And if so, it would have been probably like the season that Kyle cheated or something, like season 2 or 3.
Mhm.
But like she doesn't really have a lot besides like launching. She's just kind of like the fun friend that's there and like Kyle's partner, but like clearly something has to happen because it's Paige and Amanda flanking him. But she also responded to it saying like she was also shocked by the seating chart. So like we're all just like, what?
I'm not saying
Maybe-
this with judgment, more an amazement, because again, I'm a person who got married later in life. Like I've certainly had my fun in my 30s, yada yada. But the level of partying these men do. When they were showing that scene, like this is how boys hang out at night, like when they come home from the bars and it's like 3 a.m. and they're like microwaving like chicken nuggets and fries all at the same time.
Uh-huh.
Like again, I've had my fun. I've been selfish. Me and my wife even went to Stagecoach this weekend. You know what I'm saying? We're not above like still having fun, but like we were in bed by 11:30 on Friday. Like Tyler and Tate, Texas, like, hey, you still at Stagecoach? I'm like, in bed.
Yeah, boots off.
I don't remember the last time. I think I was like 26, 27 when like I would go out to the bars with my friends and come back and play video games and eat food late night. And the fact that like they're still doing it is just impressive all at the same time, but crazy. We were at Stagecoach and we were talking with some people and they were like, "Oh, you guys going to the parties afterwards?" And I'm like, I don't do cocaine. And I didn't
That's a
realize this
response.
because like aloof Nick sometimes doesn't pay attention to the surroundings. But I found out that this particular person just got done doing cocaine after I said I don't do cocaine, but I didn't see them do cocaine. And Nelly was like, "Did you say that on purpose?" I'm like, "No, they were doing, huh?" And there was. Anyway, so there's a whole world of drugs out there that we're not privy to.
part
But
of.
I just don't get how you stay up that late as an adult.
Cocaine.
Pasta.
Yeah, pasta.
Babies.
Sorry.
If it's 3 a.m. and you're partying and you're an adult,
4 Loco and a line.
How do you
and
do it?
The people do it.
I don't know. I'm not saying anyone's doing anything. Some people are not adults. But that person was.
I was gonna say I stay up late with my best friend, but we sing Disney show tunes wasted off of Rose till like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
It's pretty wholesome.
That's cute.
Pretty wholesome.
See, that's
Yeah.
another explanation other than drugs. Our
Mhm.
drugs, at least.
Yeah, Disney keeps us going.
Disney is a
here?
drug.
Well, Kelsey's here. Let's bring her on. Hiring shouldn't be a hassle or a drain on your budget. Upwork is a one-stop shop to find, hire, and pay top freelance talent, saving you time and keeping costs in check all at one place. With more than 2 decades of experience with a simple and ambitious goal to pioneer a better way of working, companies at every stage turn to Upwork to get things done and find more flexibility in the way they staff key projects and initiatives by accessing a global marketplace filled with top talent in IT, web development, AI, design, admin support, marketing, and more.
Posting a job on Upwork is easy with no cost to join. You can register, browse freelancer profiles, get help drafting a job post, or even book a consultation. From there, you connect with freelancers that get you and can easily hire them to take your business to the next level. Upwork makes the entire process easier, simpler, and more affordable. With industry low fees, post a job today and hire tomorrow with Upwork. Visit Upwork.com right now and post your job for free.
That is Upwork.com to post your job for free and connect with top talent ready to help your business grow. That's Upwork, UPWORK.com. Upwork.com. One thing we all know as parents is that sleep comes at a premium. You can't get too much sleep. You always have to take advantage of the moments when you can. You're so concerned about your kids getting a full night of rest that sometimes it's us parents who miss out. It's so easy to get into the cycle of sleepless nights, exhausted days, and feeling like you're falling behind everywhere. And when you're in that cycle, you know you are not showing up as your best self. That's why we are so excited to share something that's made a difference in our life. Beam Dream Powder. Beam is a healthy nighttime blend packed with science-backed ingredients shown to improve sleep so you can wake up refreshed and ready to take on the day.
Even better, Beam was created by a parent who knows firsthand how precious good sleep is. We started sleeping through the night without tossing and turning and wake up energized, not groggy. It's been a game changer. Made with powerful blend of all natural ingredients, reishi, magnesium, L-theanine, apigen, and melatonin. It's designed to help you fall asleep, stay asleep, and wake up feeling amazing. And unlike other sleep aids, there's no next day grogginess, just great restful sleep.
That's my favorite part about Beam is the lack of grogginess, because I have tried some of those other sleep aids and don't get the same result as you get with Beam. Really feeling refreshed. And there's some nights, I think as a parent, you're just stressed out, you're just anxious, you got a lot in your mind, and like sometimes you just like go to sleep, because you know you have a limited amount of time, and sometimes you just can't. And Beam really makes a difference for me when it comes to those moments.
Beam has already improved over 17.5 million nights of sleep, helping people across the country wake up and feel their best.
Here's the deal. Beam is giving our listeners, parents or not, their best offer yet. Try their best-selling Dream Powder and get up to 40% off. For a limited time, go to shopbeam.com/VIALL and use code VIALL at checkout. That's shopbeam, BEAM.com/VIALL and use code VIALL for up to 40% off. By supporting Beam, you support this show and all of us fellow parents out there. Place your first order of Beam and start getting your best sleep tonight. Kelsey, welcome back to the Viall Files.
Yay, I'm happy to be back.
Happy to have you. I was just like, you know what? We need to have Kelsey on the show. We don't want Joey.
And then we ran into Joey and we're like, sorry, Joey, we're only having Kelsey. He's like, honestly, she's better without me. We're like, okay, great.
No, I feel like at the beginning it was always nice having him as like my emotional support, person, because I was always so nervous. But now I feel like I kind of, I can talk on my own now.
I have my own voice.
I'm my own person now.
For like how long into your engagement being public did you, because I think people don't talk, not that I'm trying to have some sort of therapy session with you now, but people don't talk a lot about how the winner, regardless of which season, is one of the worst positions to be in while it's airing and filming, because I think the winner does not get a very similar experience than the rest of the people in the cast, because they all feel like they get to be friends and they all have one thing in common against you that none of them do, is that he picked you and he broke up with all of them.
Yeah.
And then you get to hang, it's like this weird kind of dynamic. And some of the women are able to still make friends with the other women. Sometimes there's a little bit of tension.
Yeah.
We recently talked to Juliana, who, kind of echoed that same sentiment about feeling a little isolated from the rest of the women. But what has that experience been like for you? Did you relate to it? And how did you and Joey, eventually kind of work through it to find your voice, to feel, did you guys talk about it? Did you have to say, I kind of want to do my own interviews? Because, at first it's just Joey and Kelsey, let's bring them on together. It's as a pair, you guys are we always want to see the couple. Does it get annoying?
Honestly, no. I mean, I always told Joey, I was I love being your fiance, but I also want us to always be our individual selves. And a lot of it was Kelsey from The Bachelor, Kelsey, Joey's,
Mm-hmm.
So I feel that was hard at the beginning, but now I feel we've kind of been able to find our own paths. And I think that social media has helped me with that a lot, being on TikTok and posting videos and stuff and showing more of my personality. Cause I feel the show, they only want to show really like the love story. They didn't really show like who I was, I think, fully, which is fine. There's a lot of things that they were recorded. But I also feel like I just lucked out in the end because I'm friends with like pretty much all of the girls. Like, I don't know. I feel like Joey's season maybe was an anomaly, like where it's just, I don't know, like all of the girls, like I'm still really close with. I hang out with Daisy and Rachel a lot because they live here, and Leia. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like we've been able to figure it out after. But at the beginning, I was kind of like, I felt like I was his just like sidekick. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's tough. And you were at Stagecoach this weekend.
Yes, I was.
Did you have fun?
Yeah.
When did you get back?
I got back at 2 a.m. Well, I
Last
left at
night?
2 a.m.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
last night.
impressive. How
Yeah.
do you often stay up late? Are you a night owl?
Honestly, I feel like I don't get the best sleep in general. Like I just don't sleep a lot. I can like run on no sleep. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Joey is
You're
not
gonna
like
be
that.
such a powerhouse if you ever want to become a mom. You're
Yeah.
gonna be like crushing. Be like,
Joey, I feel like
good.
would be struggling. I will be the one that, can definitely stay up later. I don't know. I'm really good at just surviving off minimal sleep.
Wow.
It's a talent.
I could never do that.
Yeah.
Did you get in any like fights with anyone at the Stagecoach or
Did I
like
get
any
in-
influencers?
No.
Did you like yell?
No,
get yelled at
it's
or-
funny.
The internet
actually-
thinks you were fighting
Yes,
it out.
Yeah.
no,
So
which
were
is
you?
so funny. No, I said that I did not know who the person was. Like, I obviously know who Alex is. I follow her on social media. I've met her a couple times. She's super sweet. But yeah, I don't know. They took two scenarios of like what she was talking about and what I was talking about, which were definitely different scenarios, and then somehow put it together. And Joey sent it to me and was like, "Did you see this?" And I was like, "What the heck?" I was like, he was like, "You weren't talking about her, right?" I was like, "No." I was like, "You were there. You would have realized." I think she also commented under something being like, "I was not talking about Kelce. I was talking about a woman that was like in her like 40s or 50s."
Like a grown woman.
Yeah.
Yuck.
No, and I was talking, I don't know who it was. Like,
I was
literally
not
did
talking
right.
about a little girl.
Yeah, just a little baby.
A
girl.
little skinny, perfect,
cute, blonde,
cute, ready,
silly,
funny.
talented.
Super talented, famous girl.
No, I
You did recently like open up about like your BBL that you got.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And how are you feeling like post search?
No, when I
Really?
tell you, no, I didn't get BBL.
Like, what have I been missing?
No. Wait, you didn't notice when I walked in? The
walk
wobble?
in again.
I tend not to look,
No,
you know?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I'm wearing the baggy
Reciprocating.
clothes on purpose.
Those are baggy jeans.
Yeah. No, I made a video like joking about it. That I was like, oh, someone thought that I got my ears pinned back. And I was like, why am I getting ears pinned back allegations? Like, I'd rather BBL or Ozempic allegations. And then it like blew up somehow. Now I'm telling you, like, people come up to me every single day and are like, how's the BBL and stuff like this. And I'm like,
Oh,
I did not expect it to blow up like this
Yeah.
on any of my comment section. It's like there's always at least a couple comments about BBL. And I'm like, I think that people think that it's for real.
you
Some
do
people.
have a funny way of like, I feel like a lot of people in the public world will either like ignore comments,
Yeah.
not read comments, not like acknowledge comments. And then some people get like mad and like fight back and argue with people. And then I
Yeah.
feel like there's you who just like makes such light and just like goes with the joke kind of.
Yeah.
When did you like start realizing that you were comfortable being like part of the joke?
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. I like to use humor to like
Yeah.
get through things. And I feel like at first, whenever I got off the show, I would like read comments and they would hurt my feelings. And then Joey and I just started joking about them. And then I was like, you know what? Let me just make a video about this. This is funny. And it's my humor. And for whatever reason, people liked it. And so I was like, this is fun. It's a fun way to like kind of cope and just be like, this is
Who
stupid,
cares?
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that you've been out of it for out of
year.
Bachelor Nation for a while, and you're
Yeah.
kind of settling into what you're doing, what does Kelce want to do?
I don't know. Honestly, I still feel so new to this space. And I feel like navigating it is like, you could go so many different directions, you know? I know that Joey, I feel like, has kind of found his. I think I'm still searching for it. I really like, I don't know, working with nonprofits, and I like, giving back to my community. But I also, I don't know, I feel like I do enjoy being, on camera.
Period. I love giving back. I love getting that money.
But also,
Well, thank you for saying. Because honestly, when you're like, I love volunteering, giving back, I was like,
I don't know.
and again, because it's like
We
it's
obviously,
obviously
yes.
very
Right.
important, but especially Bachelor Nation people are
Yeah.
just so like programmed to like not talk about anything they want to do as an
Right.
individual to like take advantage of the opportunity they were
Right.
given by going on this show, and to pretend they all they want to do is find love and volunteer
Yeah.
is just a little like
Yeah.
nauseating.
Right.
So thank
No.
you
He
for
said,
saying
and
that.
also be on TV.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna lie, guys.
There's a
I
lot
enjoyed it.
A lot of competition shows out there.
Yeah. I
Um,
think that I definitely, and I talked to Joey and I talked about this recently, where it's like I feel like he kind of, not that like I hate being associated with the Bachelor franchise. Like I feel like they, gave me so much. Like Joey and I, they gave me Joey. But I just feel like Joey was able to separate himself slightly from it and be like his own individual self through Dancing with the Stars. And I was like, I kind of want to be able to do the same thing, where it's like kind of separate myself, maybe show myself a little bit more in a different setting on a different TV show. So I think that is something that I would like to do, is like go on a different show,
I heard a rumor that Joey might be going on Traitors.
Oh, did you? Do we think that he would be a traitor or a faithful?
Oh, she's not answering that question.
No, I don't know. I don't think that he is, but maybe he is.
Yeah, thank-
Maybe
she
he
doesn't
hasn't
think.
told me yet.
Yeah.
I'm pissed.
She's like, I'm engaged to him, but I don't know what's going on in his life. It's fine.
I feel like he would probably be a faithful.
Yeah.
I think he had better be careful, because he's definitely Mr. Likeable, Mr. Popular, Mr. Joey.
yeah.
And I think a
Yeah.
lot of people might be like, oh, he would make the perfect
Traitor.
That's how I feel like people get in
traitor.
trouble.
That's
on
how
that
people get in
show.
trouble.
Yeah.
Being nice.
Just being nice.
Right.
Yeah. It's like either being nice or like not being nice, and then people being like, well, you were talking to everybody, but you weren't really talking to me. And that makes me think
Your
you're a
energy
traitor.
tank.
Right. I feel like you could play it like whichever way you play it, somebody can just go for you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like everyone's a target.
But the golden retriever does very well
Yeah,
on
yeah,
Traitors.
'cause,
Peter
um,
Weber.
Sure, Dylan.
yeah,
Dylan.
Dylan. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And Joey's
true.
very golden retriever.
Yes, he is. Yeah, little sweetie boy.
If you're a dog, what kind of dog are you?
Oh, actually, we talked about this recently. I'm a boxer.
Interesting. Very
Yeah.
allergic to them.
Oh no.
Well,
Why? Say more.
no, they're just like dorky animals, but like they're kind of cute, but they're just like very like clumsy and like
Yeah.
spastic. And I feel like
Yeah.
that's definitely me.
Nick, do you feel like you are Jeff?
Jeff,
Kind of.
Our dog Jeff.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
A little prickly, sensitive,
grumpy a little
a
bit.
little grumpy. But all in all, like a pretty good dog.
But like
Yeah.
he's a damn good dog. Like he's a loyal, like
Yeah.
he loves you and he is a damn good dog. But he's a little like,
Yeah.
when you come near him, it's like not again.
Like, Jeff hates our daughter.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Does he
Steve
like
loves our
growl
daughter.
at her?
He just-
Jeff was first. He's just like, ugh, so
Every
over
time
it.
she comes near him, he gets up and moves. Like he's like, don't
Really?
even
Yeah.
think about coming next to me. And then Steve is just like, we'll sit there and let her like crawl all
Yeah,
over
yeah.
him, and it's so sweet. But no, Jeff is
How
definitely
old is
Nick.
Jeff?
He's like almost 4.
3 and a half.
So he's not like a
Um,
great grandpa, like grumpy dog.
yeah.
He's just like,
Yeah, he's just like I don't.
No,
he's
yeah,
Nick.
He's
Yeah.
like a 20. Yeah,
He's keeping tabs on you guys. He's
Right.
like, first Steve, now River.
Yeah, he's like it's too much.
And honestly, if he is like me, it's not that he hates River.
Yeah.
He's just more like, I just don't care.
right.
And
right.
after we watched Lady and the Tramp last night, and after watching Lady and the Tramp, it did make me understand Jeff a little bit more.
Truly,
Really?
honestly, Lady and the Tramp, back to not callback, very accurate. Like in terms of the
Like, the dogs are
owner
your
dog
world.
relationship when they have a dog, and it's just like when we got Jeff, he was really our baby, and it was like we got Jeff early in our relationship. It was my first dog.
Mhm,
I really connected with Jeff in a way that like I just didn't think I would with a dog.
mhm.
And it was just like this special relationship. But as soon as like you find out you're having a baby and the baby shows up, I mean, I'm still obsessed with Jeff, and he's
Yeah, yeah.
like, we're very lucky to have our dogs. But for the first time in Jeff's life, he was a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You
get
know,
that.
as
Yeah,
opposed
yeah.
to being like, oh, just little furry man. It's just like, it's just
Yeah. It was like, shut up!
Wait,
Stop
Yeah.
barking!
And Lady and the Tramp really encapsulizes like that
Yeah.
that transition.
How do y'all deal with, because y'all travel a decent amount? Well, maybe not so much now with River, but like,
No,
how
we're
was
still
that
travel.
having a dog and like traveling? Because Joey and I want to get a dog so bad, but we're like, we just can't yet because we
I
travel.
mean, it depends
so
on what
much.
kind of dog you get. Some you can like bring with you.
Yeah. Do you bring
know?
Jeff around?
We do.
Yeah.
We usually bring
Okay.
Jeff and Steve with us.
Okay, nice.
It was a lot easier,
A lot of training.
but yeah,
into
a
that.
lot of training. It was
Okay.
It was a lot easier before River.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, that we only have 2 hands.
Yeah.
So we will have to like bring my mom to help with River. You know,
Yeah,
there's a lot of moving parts.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? But it's not doable.
Okay.
It requires resources. and
It
help.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys are on the like Miss Independent tour,
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Okay.
And
Good.
you're
Noted.
And you're definitely headlining.
That's
the
not
Miss
gonna.
Independent.
I'm like, that's not going to be on his birthday list. Then.
Okay,
On his
take it
birthday
off.
present list.
Was that on his like before 30? Like need to get a dog.
Must
'Cause
get
if
dog.
So,
No.
like, you're
No.
fucked.
No, thank goodness, no. But he was like, "Oh, maybe I want a dog for my birthday." Because I'm always like, "What do you want for your birthday?" Because I've got my own ideas of like lists and stuff. But at the same time, I'm like, "Is there anything you want?"
Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
Has Joey's bucket list ever like gotten annoying?
I think that he realized like, "Oh, this is a lot." Like, "Oh, we got a lot of things to do. We're going to Japan, I think, in 2 weeks."
Oh my
So
god.
yeah, for like 5 days. So we're gonna be
How long
in
is
and
that
out.
flight?
Don't.
4 days.
Literally.
No, I think we're literally
Forever.
losing a day going and coming back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
I've heard nothing but amazing things. About
No,
Japan.
yeah, we're really excited, but it was so funny. He was like, maybe we should golf one of the days. I was like, Joey, we're gonna be there for 5 days. Do you really want to
We
use
don't have time
a
for
whole
18 fucking
No,
holes.
I was like, do you really want to use a whole day for golf? I was like, this is your birthday thing.
Is
So
Joey
you know.
is Joey big into golf?
Oh my god, yes. He's like obsessed. Joey is a big golfer. We've been going to like a bunch of golf events and he got me like my own clubs. So
Wow. He's like, listen, you can come with. I got you those gloves.
Yeah. So, you know, we're a golf couple.
Yay.
I just like kind of plug in, you know, I'm like, let me just hit that over there.
No, that's so
Yeah.
fun.
How is Dad's love life? Still in love?
Yes, still in love.
I saw
uh,
your dad and his
Yes.
girlfriend.
Yes.
They're like official. Yeah.
Yeah.
At that Hulu event.
Did they go
Yeah.
through the we're dating but not
Exclusive.
boyfriend and girlfriend stage like seems to be the case nowadays in dating culture?
I don't think so. I feel like they are pretty, you know, old school. I think he asked.
So she's not my girlfriend,
Wait,
but we are
actually-
definitely exclusive.
No, actually, we were at like a lunch or something. No, we went to dinner with like Barb's daughters, and it was like Joey and I and my dad. We were at dinner, and he was like, "So, I asked Barbara to be my girlfriend," and announced it in front of everybody. I was like, "That is wonderful."
Beautiful. Now
I was
can
like,
we get the lobster?
Yeah, I was like, no.
We're debating whether we want Natalie's mom to go on the Golden Bachelor.
Oh my gosh,
We
really?
are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun.
We're debating. She's in the process now where it's like she's done all the like interviews and stuff, and now
Yeah.
it's like
Well, not all.
waiting. She's just like waiting to hear what's going on.
Right.
You know, and she said that she was like, should I just message them and be like, hey, would love an update, or else like would love to do something else with my summer. Like,
Right.
you know, would love to make plans. And she said that they responded being like, hey, thank you so much for reaching out. We don't know.
Yeah.
she was like, okay.
She's like, we fired everybody, but I.
Right.
Yeah, so not sure what we're doing, but like stay in touch.
Well, what did y'all think
Um,
about? Did she think that the Golden Bachelor was cute?
She said to me, I would have dated him in high school.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
She
so
lo-
I do think
she loves a
thinks
big
he's
burly
cute.
athlete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like I feel like the public eye.
Straight
you know,
up, straight up.
it's
Did your
like-
dad in any way at all just become ever just the slightest diva
Diva.
where you were just like, ugh, you know, we're just like, as I said to Natalie's mom, like, you know
Yeah.
what it's like. This shit is not normal.
Yeah.
It fucking changes you.
Yeah.
It just changes your brain chemistry. And most of it is understandable. Like the shit, like the way people interact with you, treat
Yeah.
you, it's weird. And you have to change your behavior because of how people change your behavior towards you. At the same time, like it's hard to like not have it change you a little
Right.
bit. So it was just more like, ugh, do I want to deal with my mother-in-law
Right. Becoming a little diva.
being different? Not,
No,
no, she's a wonderful person, but I'm just curious. Your dad seems down
No.
to earth and normal,
Yeah.
and we've heard nothing but good things. But like son to like father daughter, like was there ever like, oh God,
Dad.
feeling
Honestly,
himself.
no. I feel like he's like kind of awkward with it. Like he's like very like, oh my gosh, like they wanted a picture with me. Like still, like he's like, oh my gosh,
So
that's
it's
so
like
embarrassing.
endearing. Like
yeah,
it's
yeah,
sweet.
Okay.
It's not
yeah.
like
But sometimes I'm like, yeah, just take the picture. Come on, let's move on.
We gotta go.
Yeah.
Keep it moving.
Yeah, I'm like, come on. No, I feel like he's like more just like slightly uncomfortable, but also thinks it's kind of fun. Yeah.
Did Barbara
Surprisingly.
slide into his DMs, or
Did-
like how did they
yes.
come?
And
Did he know who she was when?
I don't think he ever watched the show. I didn't. One of my sisters did, so
Yeah.
she knew who she was. But I think that her manager reached out to my dad. Actually, I think she saw him actually on my season with Joey, and saw him at our hometowns. My season at our hometowns,
It is.
and yeah, I think that she was like, "Wait, I want to talk to that man."
Curious.
Yeah.
And how did he react to that?
They would like talk on the phone for a while. Then he came into LA and they went on a date. And yeah, I think he thought she was cute, but
Well,
They're a cute couple.
I know.
I will say.
speaking of how people met, have you probably haven't. I've been following the story. It was the NFL draft this weekend as well, in addition to our
Yes.
anniversary.
Missed that one.
You know.
Shocker.
Have you followed Bill Belichick's? Do you even know who Bill Belichick is?
Yes, he's dating the 25-year-old.
She's engulfed in football. I mean, we've
wasn't
got
sure. I didn't
Joey
wanna
with
assume. I didn't
Packers.
wanna
Your
put-
dad, you're like a big Vikings fan,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah. She's
Okay,
in the
all right. So you know.
inducted.
Yeah, I'm like, I dabble in it.
Well,
yeah.
our first year anniversary was on Sunday, and
Okay.
on Sunday also there was a CBS Good Morning news report. Like Bill Belichick sat down in an interview with CBS this morning, and it was, let's just say, like, no correlation, no connection between us, but like it just was like they do not represent
Age gaps.
in the way we would like people to represent age gaps.
And
Yeah.
in what way would you like people to represent age gaps?
Well, with like hope
and just like
positivity.
yeah, and
not,
just like
we're not talking about this.
normalizing just like the healthy ones.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
He's, Bill Belichick. For those of you who don't know, he's arguably the best NFL coach ever in the history of coaching. He's won the most Super Bowls, I believe. He's up there, second most games in general. And throughout his career, he famously has made journalists and other beat reporters who follow these teams scared to even ask questions. He's a very intimidating interview, and he's sitting down with this interviewer, and the guy gets into like talking about his new relationship, and they pull back, and then he's like, "How did you guys meet?" And in the background, his new girlfriend is like, "We're not answering that question." It's just like, you're answering for Bill Belichick in a way that's just like, why can't you answer that question of how you met? Just say at a bar.
Yeah.
Mutual friends.
Mutual friends.
You can be very
We're not
broad.
talking about this. It does make us wonder why you're not talking
Like,
about it.
But then they brought up the Instagram post where it's like him laying down on the beach and like she's on top of his legs and like whatnot. And it's like, you guys are doing very Instagram coupley things. Why would you not want to talk about your relationship?
Right.
You don't have to put it out there.
Right.
But the way she's like in charge of that aspect of their like is she's running like a PR. Like I couldn't
Yeah.
imagine. I'm not even Bill Belichick. And the way, like, if Nally and I, in the first couple months of us dating, I was doing interviews, and then Nally was in the background being like, "We're not answering that question."
Next question. Don't ask it again. Could you imagine?
It's like, what high-end escort service did you reach out to meet your girlfriend? Because that's what now the entire internet is
Really?
speculating, being
I need
like,
to look that video up.
why don't you want to answer that question?
Yeah.
And it's not even like a hard, like, even,
Right.
like, okay, you're dating, there's an
Yeah.
age gap, whatever, like, fine,
Yeah.
like, we like to think that looks matter, but like,
Right.
He very much looks his age.
right.
And at the ripe age of 77.
Is he 77?
How old is he? I don't know. He's
He's up.
he's
He's
up.
up.
She's 20.
She's
Four.
24.
Four. Okay.
But like, very
He's
much,
73.
very,
73.
Yeah.
Like
well, maybe she just want, like, listen, a lot of what we say, like, it,
a lot of it depends on looks,
Yeah.
age gaps.
well, also like where you are in your time of
Yes, of
life,
course.
and like, do you feel like you're each other's
Looks.
equals? Can you give the same energy? Look,
yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. She was saying that next.
I was going to go into that next, but it does. I feel like a lot of it does matter on where you are. And maybe she's like, listen,
Yeah.
I don't want any of that at all. I just like want, kind of like Dave Portnoy's girlfriend. Like he's made it very clear he's not having children and he's not remarrying, like I think he's still currently married to his first wife. And it's like why him and Silvana broke up, and now he just has gone like public with his new girlfriend who's a young blonde. And it's like, listen, if she's not looking to like get married and have kids right now, then like
Yeah.
have fun.
Yeah.
Period.
Anyways, this next time someone asks how you met, at least lie.
Yeah. No,
Mutual friends.
sometimes
So many easy options.
I know. I'm gonna be
I
like,
slid into his DMs.
Yeah, I'm
Grocery
like, we
store.
met at a bar.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Grocery store.
Sounds
Library.
believable, honestly.
Should we get into Dorit and PK?
Mm.
I know you're not a big fan of reality TV, but Dorit Kimsley, she is a Beverly Hills housewife.
Okay.
She's going through a little separation. And kind of the whole season, it was like, are they going to get back together? Like, are they going to make it work? What's going on? And PK was seen making out with another blonde reality TV star over the weekend. And she looked very similar to his legally wife, Dorit Kimsley. And which then made her file for divorce.
Like the next day.
Like saw the photo and was like, and I'm done. Yep. Wrap it up.
That'll do it.
And then he went on Instagram.
Yeah. He went
And
on
posted.
Instagram in May. Do we have his?
He said, no one plays the victim better than the one who caused the damage.
on a black screen.
Mysterious.
Mysterious. PK does love a like notes app.
Comic Sans.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was a weird font.
It's very
It was
childish.
a very weird font. It was like it was a weird font.
He
It was a
like
choice.
you watched him like scroll through the fonts and like play with a couple of them, and then he landed on that one. And
He
it was
took
an
away his power
interesting-
by going with that font.
He said, it looks like I wrote this myself.
Yeah.
It took away his power. It really
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, it was like an old man putting on a shirt that he thought was cool without asking any of his friends if he should step out, you know?
And he's always just sending these written statements or like feeling the need to shut down a room or whatever with just like black screen, white font. But the woman he was making out with was on the season 12 of The Amazing Race, and she's also dated Ryan Seacrest in the past. So I think that they're all just kind of probably in the same circles. But it is shocking how much she
What
looks
same
like Dorit.
circle is that?
Just entertainment in general in LA, I would feel like.
I am curious. What is it about PK that is?
Yeah,
charming?
it does make me judge this woman more than it does make me judge PK because I am confused at like what.
What's he
what
working?
we're-
What's like what? Like I get Mo.
You know, I get
Fair.
Mo.
I get Mo.
Yeah.
Tall, sexy, still got the looks. Seems to be pretty rich still.
Mm.
And then PK is kind of like maybe in debt.
Alcoholic, we know that. Or recovering.
I don't
Not
know.
sure.
Maybe
Dorit
she's a
says she
really
doesn't know
big-
the state of his.
Do you know what these people look like?
Mm.
Bring them up.
Bring 'em up.
Bring them up.
Bring them up side by side.
Bring
Peel
'em up.
I've been
Adley.
wanting. What
PK
this is
Mo. Beverly Hills.
Beverly
Housewives.
Housewives. I feel like so many of my friends watch Housewives, and I'm always like, oh, I need to get into
You
it,
do.
but then I just
do.
You do. Yeah, this is PK.
okay.
And that's his wife,
Okay.
Dorit.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the third photo over, and that is the new woman he was caught making out with.
Like, where are they? Does it
Oh,
say?
yeah, they look a lot
Mm-mm.
alike.
Now, do we think these are staged pop photos
It
or
kinda-
not?
Anytime I see paparazzi pictures, I always think it's staged.
I
now.
think it's well, okay. PK's biggest thing is that he's Boy George's manager. No one's stalking him.
No. Well, no,
Like-
his biggest thing right now is he's the husband of a housewife who's famously kind of messy online and going through a very public divorce, and that
I
that would drive a
guess.
paparazzi to pay
Yeah.
attention.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not everyone is staged. I'm
Natalie, it was outside Cipriani's.
Oh, yes, of course.
if it's a good-looking photo of both people, chances are it's staged.
Well,
Yeah.
like also he's not trying to hide it if he's at Cipriani's. It's the
What's
same thing.
Cipriani's? I'm not familiar.
Isn't it like an Italian restaurant?
Yeah, an Italian restaurant really popular in New York. I guess we have one in Beverly Hills area, but it's like going to Craig's or something where it's like you don't think
Paparazzis are
paparazzi's going to
standing
be out
by.
there.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
So he wanted to be seen. Whether he called them himself, I don't know, but this is what's jarring to me.
Yeah, if he showed up to Craig's with a new lady, that's on purpose.
It's the same person.
Yeah.
Like, and that's his wife.
Like
That's crazy.
he's trying. He's also publicly posting on his Instagram stories, like dramatic things. So he's doing this on purpose
And what do we think his purpose is?
to piss off Dorit.
To win the divorce.
Yeah.
Well, what is sure, but what is winning the divorce?
Looking like you're the most moved on and I guess settled. He's trying to make it seem like she's causing all of this drama where it's just like you don't have to react to it either.
Well, if anything, he's giving.
I
We're
think-
divorced. We've been going through a divorce. Whatever she's doing publicly, I've no idea. But in reality, we're getting divorced.
Yeah, and you are following what she's doing.
Yeah. I think he doesn't want to lose his diamond. I think that's what's going on.
That's the thing.
he
He's also
posted-
very involved in Housewives
he
for a
loves
guy
the
who's
drama.
supposed to not give a shit.
Yeah, doesn't
he
wanna be
he's
there.
very petty.
He
Mhm.
posted on his Instagram stories, no one plays the victim better than the one who caused the damage.
Obviously, it'll never happen.
What?
It'll never happen.
Never.
But never. But if let's say there was trouble in paradise, who do you think would be the messier of you two in a breakup?
I honestly don't think either of us would.
Obviously.
Well, that's what Paige and Craig
No,
said.
like act. Well, I just feel like I don't know.
You can't.
It'd probably.
you can't
I mean,
put this-
if it was, it'd probably be me.
Kelsey would make a TikTok and be like,
matter of fact, no, joking.
yeah,
No, joking.
yeah.
No, I just feel like neither of us are messy people. Like, I don't know. I don't think that I would ever be publicly messy. Like, I would maybe like say something to my friends, like if
No,
he
for
may be
sure.
upset, and I'm sure vice versa. But like,
Sure. Yeah. Saying you're friends. But
yeah,
the
but I
way
feel like publicly, no.
the way reality TV stars just can't just
Yeah, just hold. No, literally.
It does get crazy.
not say anything.
But what
It's a
about
disease.
Taylor, Frankie Paul, and Dakota over Stagecoach?
I'm
this
having a
weekend?
I
hard-
saw that
I'm having a hard
picture.
time keeping up.
Actually, because I watch Mormon Wives.
Well, we
Well,
That's
Yeah.
not that is reality TV.
let me tell you, season 2 is an absolute banger.
Yeah.
Season
it's a
2.
banger.
It's good.
Oh,
It comes out
It's awesome.
May 12th.
I've seen it.
oh, I'm excited.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very good. But we have what Dakota like blocked Taylor.
Yeah.
Dakota blocking Taylor. You have Taylor and Macy in a car doing a TikTok being like, if you're done with your ex, move on to the next. And she's like, I guess I'm self-sabotaging their relationship again. And then hours later, here's Taylor posting her and Dakota licking her neck. And it's like, wait, what is
But
happening?
her caption was like Stagecoach with my castmates. Like it was like not like
Father of my
it wasn't like
Child.
love. It was with my castmates.
Yeah.
Very business.
Well, I'm invested.
Oh, I can't wait.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I met all of them. Like, I feel like at multiple things now, and they seem so nice. And like, whenever you see them together, you're like, oh, there's no drama. But then you watch the show and you're like, oh my gosh.
You all hate each other.
No, it's crazy.
There's a lot of drama brewing.
Yeah.
Oh, she actually edited her caption and said, I never let my heart go all the way with my castmates and co-parent.
Okay.
Thank you at
Co-parent.
Stagecoach for having us.
Oh, with my castmates and co-parent.
Yes.
Co-parent.
Okay.
Clarification.
Not even baby daddy.
Yeah.
Same.
Co-parent.
Co-parent.
Very formal.
Like they
It
met in a
is.
science lab.
It is very formal.
It's giving very formal.
Yeah.
Very professional.
Co-parent. Nothing says co-parent like that.
Like
Yeah.
licking my neck.
It
like
is-
a hickey.
Sierra brought up an interesting point earlier with the Mormon Wives, where it's like, what's the line between their real lives and what they're doing for
I don't think they
TV?
know.
I don't
think
think I think
they
it's
know.
so
Yeah.
blurred at this point
It's
because it's like
interesting.
I hate them on the show right now, but I'm actually best friends with them on TikTok.
I never hate them on the show.
No, I'm saying like them hating each other
Hate
on
each
the
other.
show, or it's like you hear all the drama about what's going to happen in the show, and then you get on TikTok and it's like, no, they're literally hanging out together.
Well, I would say, and what I love about them is that like they are more real than the average person, because I do think like a lot of times people, especially in LA, they just like talk their shit behind your back.
Right.
You know, it's just like, yeah, that fucking bitch, I like fucking hate her, and
Yeah.
they say it to each other's faces,
Yeah.
and then they move on.
Or
You
they do,
know,
like,
they're kinda
passive-aggressive TikToks.
But a lot of, I mean, that's honestly fairly. I'm not going to say it's healthy communication.
Okay.
But at least you know where they stand, and they kind of get through it, and it's all in the name of honesty of like, you know, hey, we're Mormon, we can't lie, so like I think you're up, you know, like
Mhm.
which I kind of love and respect, and it
Yeah.
makes for great TV. I mean, they are. I'm having like it's.
I don't know who's friends. I don't know who's not. I don't know who's pregnant. I don't know who's not.
Put it this way, I've seen
Yeah.
the whole season. It's awesome, and
I'm
like
so
I'm
excited.
still generally having a hard time keeping up.
Are you confused? Because I'm confused.
I think the only person I'm clear on is Demi and Whitney are
Friends?
Yes.
Yeah.
They did like all their press together.
Oh.
All their photos are together. I think that's like they're buddies, but like the rest, I'm confused.
And then they all posted to promote Vanderpump Villa. So then I'm seeing like everybody in the photos, and I'm like, who's friends with who? When is
Wait,
this
did
from?
they go to Vander? Did they?
A few of
they're in
them.
Okay,
episode.
that's what I saw. I saw
Yeah.
like a little snippet, and I was like, oh.
And that's
Yeah,
out now,
a few of
so-
them.
I'll be going home
Well,
to watch that.
They were trying to save that show.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest.
I wonder if it did, honestly.
I wonder if it did.
Yeah, they
I
had to
bet
make some
maybe.
changes to the format because I think it was just so trying to do a below deck situation. So now they've kind of upped the ante with a almost game show aspect of it, where the people that are working at the villa, they're now competing for like the top spot as like pretty much employee of the season. And they'll win $30,000 plus a contract with Lisa Vanderpump, whether it's like chef or whether like to work at one of her restaurants.
$30,000
I
to
know.
work for Lisa.
$30,000 to win the
Sounds
show.
like minimum wage to
And
me.
But then
Yeah,
you
I
get
know, I
an
was like,
opportunity with Lisa.
That sounds like minimum wage.
Yeah, it's like you win $30,000 and then you get
A job.
minimum wage.
There you go.
Yeah.
They got nothing season one, and it didn't do well.
Do we deserve the credit for making Lisa like separate herself from James Kennedy?
I-
I feel like that was
I
all our
wouldn't
doing.
say we should take that, but I will say that maybe she did see a little something, and maybe someone asked her on a red carpet. Someone did ask Kristen Doty about our interview on a red carpet, so I don't find it that impossible that someone asked her about the phone call that she made to Allie Luber, being like, "Hey, why would you convince her to go back to her abusive ex-boyfriend? That seems toxic." And she was like, "Oh, I actually don't support him any longer. I'm separating myself from James Kennedy." Yeah, makes sense.
But she is hiring someone for $30,000.
Well,
She's giving them $30,000 and then indebting them with a job.
That sounds like a $30,000
So bonus?
job.
Yeah, bonus.
Is it a
Bonus?
bonus? Yeah.
That sounds like minimum wage.
And I will say what is interesting about the show is because I did think that Vanderpump Villa was going to be a set location and that she would try to get people to want to like go and reserve it or whatever. But last season was in France. This season's in Italy. So it's like just for the show. Like there is no
There's no villa.
there's no standing villa that you could go visit off
Vanderpump
season.
Villa is not real.
It's not. No.
What's the point?
It's a house they rented.
That's what I was confused
It's an
about.
Airbnb.
They're at a castle this time, but like it's
Okay.
when they're done with the castle, I guess they break
Cool.
it down and pick the next location.
Break down the castle.
Literally. Whatever they built in there.
Are you saying her entire world is not real and fake?
I would never expose somebody in such a way. Yes.
It's crazy.
Well, Jax Taylor was caught exposing his crotch in public.
Joey
he's
would
not
never.
doing
would never.
well. He's
Wait, who is this?
Jax Taylor.
from Vanderpump Rules and the Valley.
Yes.
He was walking down the street, I guess, going into a grocery store. Paparazzi are there, and he decides to lower his pants to scratch deep inside his pants, and paparazzi got it all. This is
Was he wearing underwear?
no.
It's Jax, so probably not.
No.
He like full on is like
Ugh.
It's like
do you
dick
do
it's
out.
like a pull down and then a scratch. That's disgusting. This man has a child. This man has a son.
Yes.
Do you think that was like on purpose?
It's just like, I can't understand whether or not he knew the paparazzi were there. It's just like, why would that ever be an appropriate thing for you to do out in public?
Does he think he's like, it's like a fuck you to the paparazzi or something? Like,
I don't
what-
know, but it's also like I think he's crashing out right now because he was on like live and his publicist was like, "Get off right now! Stop what you're doing!"
In the
think
comments.
he was
Log off.
He was on for like 5 minutes talking about like how great he's doing, how he's been to rehab, how he's a changed
Like,
man.
that's
He's
crazy.
just-
now
You're
he's
doing-
like, "Hey everyone, I'm doing great." His publicist is like, "You have to stop talking about it." He's like, "No, I'm doing actually pretty good." She's like, "Get off. You're done.
Feeling like my best self finally for the first day in a while. Get the fuck off live.
Stop talking publicly right now."
And he's no longer doing the podcast with Brittany, so he started a new podcast called In the Mind of a Man podcast.
That's scary. I don't want to log out.
Yeah, that's our nightmare.
In the mind of
Would
a
never
man.
want to be there.
Never want to be there.
That sounds so dark.
I will not be logging in.
That's my worst nightmare.
Don't lump
Actually.
us all in with you, Jax. Like,
And it should be the mind of Jax.
He labeled himself a walking red flag, and he's wearing a shirt with ick on it. So he's really leaning into this branding. That's all I have to say on that.
Guess.
Cheers. that's so.
the way we love a sinking ship.
I just wanted to look away, I will say.
Have you seen any of the kind of like influencers, not like under fire because it's not that big of a deal, but like
Oh.
people
Hmm.
kind of giving them hate for like what they're naming their children? Have you seen any of this?
Yeah, I feel like I've seen some. Is there any
It's like-
specific?
It's wild.
It's gotten to the point, I think someone commented this of like, you're just like you're just naming objects. Like these are not children. It's just like some people are like, oh, like here are names that we love but we're not using.
Yeah.
And it's like for our girl, we're thinking umbrella. And it's like, that's okay. We're losing
Yeah,
the plot.
yeah.
Like you've got to
Yeah.
at some point.
Right.
We got to reel it in.
100%.
Cities work.
Yeah.
Baby blue?
No,
one of the
Some
names.
colors work for
Wait,
sure.
Wait,
Yeah.
is it
but like
baby
a
blue?
city. Think about it. A city could work. Madison,
Yeah.
Memphis,
Paris.
Paris. Countries, no. Mexico, Canada,
Bangladesh.
Chile.
spoon. But like some things are just objects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bodies of water work.
Yeah.
River,
Atlantic. Oh.
lake. No, but ocean, like Pacific.
You know, it's like we also all at some point were like Northwest is crazy to name your daughter. And
Yeah,
now we're kind of like,
we're with it.
honestly,
Yeah.
it's
No,
a vibe.
Apple. Sorry, Gwen.
Apple still gets me.
It was always crazy. It's still crazy.
How old is
She's
Apple?
an adult.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's got to be grown by now. But that's the
Goes
whole
by
point. Like,
Apolline
I wonder what she
when
thinks
we
about it.
went into naming River, like
Yeah.
you have to think about like, yes, you are naming a cute little like girl with pigtails who's
Right.
like super cute and Rivy Woozy and like so cute. Then you're naming like a girl who's in high school. And then you're
Right.
naming like a CEO boss bitch who
Right.
like is heading meetings being like, hello everyone, my name is Mexico Tarantula
Yeah.
and I am here to get, it's like you have to at some point like, I think at least you need to give them a normal middle name
Right.
so that they have the option.
100%. Also, my mom, she would rhyme our names with everything before we were born just to make sure we weren't going to get made fun of.
See,
So
thoughtful.
smart.
Yeah. she
So
was like-
thoughtful.
yeah.
Kelsey Belsey.
Kelsey, yep.
It's
See?
like,
that.
fine.
That, yeah.
it's fine.
My mom put so much thought into all of our names. Like my sister is Taylor Victoria, and my other sister is Jordan Elizabeth, and both of our name, and then I'm Kelsey Alexandra. So it's 2-syllable gender neutral first names, and then our middle names are 3-syllable proper feminine queen names.
And
Yes,
you as
of
queens.
course.
Yeah,
Thoughtful.
that is a
so
lot of thought.
thoughtful.
She was like, I don't want them to be jealous of each other's names either. I was like,
one gets a queen and I get a princess.
I only have 2 syllables.
Yeah, what the heck?
Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Remember Wednesday?
Adams?
No.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking
No.
of.
Was it tomorrow? What was it
Tomorrow?
yesterday?
Afternoon?
What was
Afternoon,
Afternoon.
was Francesca
Oh.
Fargo's like on her list of we aren't using what we love. Afternoon. And
Afternoon.
everyone was like, girl, you can keep because I think she was like, I don't want to say this one yet because we might use it.
What did she
Afternoon.
use?
Locket and poetry.
Okay.
But we'll
That's a thing. That's just a thing.
You know, and honestly, I don't really give a fuck
Fork.
because
Yeah.
it's not my kids'
Right.
names.
Rumble.
I don't have to call
What?
you that.
Yeah.
Like
somebody's kid's name is Rumble Honey.
Rumble Honey.
There's also Absidy. Have you seen ABCDE?
No.
Stop.
Yeah.
No.
Pillow.
City.
Oh, wow.
It's like really get like I think whoever has a kid next, it should name them honestly like
Mark.
yeah, like the most
Hey.
basic name, and then it will be so unique.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
because everyone's just going bonkers.
I want one of our kids, Joey and I's kids, to like have a super Italian first name, just because his last name's so Italian. Like I want him to be like,
yeah.
I don't know, like Luigi, like,
Like
Luigi
Giacomo?
Graziere. You know?
Luigi might be taken.
Oh, okay.
Loves Giacomo's
true.
Giacomo Gianotti.
Oh yeah,
Giacomo.
Giacomo
Gianotti.
Gianotti.
Yeah.
We met him on it. Like
Yeah.
that name.
Right? You know,
Good.
just a little
But he also
pizzazz.
said he got like very bullied for it
Oh,
because he was like it was very Italian. So I think he
Yeah.
went by like
Jack.
Jack. Yeah, he went by Jack.
No, I was really happy to realize that after we named River that it's actually a fairly common name
Yeah.
this year. A lot of boys are named River, but
Yeah.
like she's like it's common, and it's like I don't think you want to be the kid in elementary or middle school or even high school with like everyone being like, "Wow, I've never heard that before. What is your name?
Right.
Huh?"
Yeah.
Like you're just setting your kid up for there's so much pressure to
Yeah.
be the coolest kid ever.
Or they're just gonna have to, learn how to, I don't know,
Fight.
fight through life.
I feel like teachers have to be like the kids that are coming in with these teachers learning how to pronounce and spell them.
You know, they're so nervous. I
Yeah.
remember my teachers being like, okay, everyone,
Right.
you only have one name to remember, and I have 27.
Mhm.
So cut me some slack.
Yeah.
And they'd be like going down, being like, I'm going to mess this up. So I'm just going to go with your last name. If you could just tell me how to say that. Smith, what is your first name? Okay, got it. Thank you. You know, it's like they were all, and now I bet they're like,
And now you have like Absidy.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like you're like, this is just letters.
yeah. Christmas.
You will never forget afternoon.
You know who has a fun name and is really being talked about right now?
JoJo Siwa.
JoJo Siwa, your bestie.
Mm.
Mhm.
She is fresh off of Celebrity Big Brother UK style,
UK.
making waves. It started with her getting Mickey Rourke banished.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's
Which
be honest,
honestly
he got
feels like a
himself-
lifetime
He got
ago
himself
compared to
banished.
what's going
He,
on now.
he portrayed a type of homophobia that
Yeah,
we
it
have
was-
not seen in
Yeah,
years.
he was
Yes.
ignorant and
Uh-huh.
giving very like old, outdated man.
Yeah.
problematic.
Yeah.
Um,
80s action movie level terrifying.
and then what? Like she kind of sparked up a romance that got the internet talking.
Well, romance, maybe. We don't know. This is all. Everyone's just.
They were
putting the pieces
definitely like
together. There was
very,
Chris.
her and Chris were very
From
like,
Love Island, UK.
yeah,
Yes.
they were very like, they had a bond. They were holding hands.
There was chemistry.
They were snuggling. They were like kissing foreheads. They were,
Yeah.
showing affection.
Mhm.
And JoJo comes out and says, you know what, everyone, I am not lesbian, I'm queer.
Which the internet really ran with. But it seemed like that was based off a level of ignorance, was it not, Mary?
I think the biggest thing of this is that, well, it's normal for like someone who's like 21 to be figuring out their sexuality.
Yeah,
Like
JoJo's
as they're
only
getting
21.
older. JoJo's 21. This is basically like her in like theater
Yeah,
camp.
we're
figuring
basically
stuff out.
watching JoJo go to college on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
So
crazy.
like makes sense that you think that you're figuring stuff out. I think what gets tricky is when the branding comes into it, because now JoJo's kind of branded herself as like lesbian pop singer, and now she's like, well, queer, and everyone's like JoJo, but she's allowed to do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
But her former partner of recently a couple days ago
Kath, yes,
is non-binary.
yes, they're non-binary, so like it could, who
But
knows?
Kath, like, I guess sent like a letter. They like all read letters from home. And in JoJo's letter from home, her mom writes, and Kath says they're very keen on seeing you when you get out. And JoJo was like, that's fucking it. You're keen to see me. You don't miss me. You don't love me. You don't can't wait to kiss me. Nothing. And so then as soon as JoJo exited Big Brother, there was a breakup with Kath.
Yeah,
so
JoJo went to the party, to the
now
after
everyone's
party.
like,
Said,
"What's
"You are
going
dumped."
on?"
and dumped them at the after party. And now everyone's like, okay, so what's going on?
And now she's playing tennis with Chris.
Yeah. So always providing us entertainment, JoJo Siwa. Thank you so much for your
JoJo
service.
works
It's
hard.
crazy she's 21.
It's
Isn't that
crazy.
She's grown up and like in front of our eyes. And
Yeah.
now she's like,
I haven't talked to her.
21.
I FaceTime her when she got out of the house. She did not answer
Oh.
and playing tennis. I hope to find out the TT
Yeah.
shortly. I hope to find out the T.
Yeah, it's like
Why'd
TT
you
is a
call
little
it TT?
too much.
Sorry.
Okay,
Just a silly
sorry.
girl.
He's trying to be hip.
That's your
Ick.
T. He was trying to be hip.
Ick.
Nick, they don't say tea anymore.
They don't?
No.
Soup?
Yeah, they say soup.
What do they
It's the
say?
soup.
Start saying
Spill
soup.
me the
What
soup,
did-
piping
what did
hot
the
soup.
What do the Gen Zers say?
No, I'm just fucking with you.
They say rad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Dope.
Tubular.
Yeah,
Tubular.
that's us. Kelsey, it's been fun.
Yay, thank you guys.
Plug.
Oh,
your
Kelsey
president.
Anderson is my Instagram, and it's something like that with my TikTok as well.
Well, get the hell out of here. Up next, we have Georgia Hassarati to update us on her life, obviously, first and foremost.
Yeah.
Everything that's going on. And she's got some crazy stories. It's wild. Also, she's on the new hit Netflix show, Battle Camp. And yes, there will be spoilers. Up next, Georgia Hassarati. Well, I think you guys all know I'm kind of fancy. You know, I'm a little elitist at times. Sometimes I like things to be special, but it's also important to have your staples. You know, your basics, your go-to, your old reliables, the things that you can count on. When it comes to that, fancy is out the door. It's about reliability and comfort, and that's where True Classic come in for me, because they are my go-to for your staples when it comes to your wardrobe. Be it like socks, be it t-shirts, be it undershirts. Great shirts for like, you know, especially when I like suit up and I want like a nice undershirt to wear underneath to keep everything tight. True Classic is the place for me.
But True Classic isn't just about great clothes. Their brand's DNA is built on being highly intentional in everything they do, from creating high-quality essentials to making people laugh with their hilarious ads to delivering Ritz-Carlton level customer service to giving back to the communities they believe in. Every detail is done with purpose.
They also have some amazing long sleeve Henleys. I'm a sucker for those. Fleece hoodies, jeans, button-ups, joggers, and more. Mix and match clothing to work with your style. Free shipping on all orders, 100% fit guaranteed with easy returns. Can't stress enough how easy it is to shop and return things with True Classic. Trusted by over 4 million customers and over 200,000 5-star reviews.
Forget overpriced designer nonsense. Skip the cheap throwaways. True Classic delivers premium essentials built for real life. Grab yours at Target or Costco, or head to trueclassic.com/VIALL to get hooked up today. I gotta say, if you are looking for an outfit for absolutely anything, obviously we had Stagecoach this past weekend. I was stressed. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know what to do. Revolve. It's the easiest place to find outfits for any event, any weekend vacation, any like dinner, any date, anything that you are going to.
That you want to impress too. I think that's the thing, because sometimes you can go like to a store and find kind of anything, but like when it comes to like Revolve, it's just like you want something that pops. You want to make a splash. You want people to notice you. And how do you buy unique things like that? Because it's just like, where do I go? Well, Revolve, because they are curating the finest things in clothing.
But they also
for you.
have everything. They have a lot of accessories. They have beauty. They have shoes. They have loungewear. They have sweats. They have activewear. Like, they truly have everything. I got into like a spring cleaning. I cleaned out a bunch of clothes. I gave a bunch to my mom and to my sisters. And I was like, I'm going to Revolve. And I am like placing a one-stop purchase of everything staple-wise. I'm investing. They have over 1,200 brands and 100,000 styles across high-end, emerging, and exclusive labels in fashion and beauty. Home goods, they have great brands: Amanda Upridge, Helsa, A Goldie, Lovers and Friends. They have new arrivals daily. They have inclusive sizing options from extra, extra small to 4X, and amazing customer service. Like, this stuff is shipping in 2 days. So if you if it's Wednesday and you're like, oh my God, this wedding is Saturday, what am I going to wear? You better place that Revolve order and you'll get it before the wedding. From last minute getaways to party dressing and seasonal upgrades, Revolve has you covered with fast 2-day shipping and easy returns, all on them. And for a limited time, you can shop a curated selection of my favorites at revolve.com/VIALL and receive 15% off your first order with code VIALL. That's revolve.com/VIALL to shop my top picks and get 15% off your first order with code VIALL. Offer ends May 13th, so don't miss out.
Georgia, how's it going?
Hi.
Welcome to the show. Welcome back.
So good. I'm so glad to be back.
Yeah, last time you were here, it was
Depressed.
wow. Yeah.
I was going through it.
Have you recovered from said drama?
Yes, thankfully.
I feel like you have entered like this whole new era of your life where
Yeah.
it's like, I don't even associate you anymore with Too Hot to Handle or Perfect Match or like any of those shows. Like, I feel like you've made such a name for yourself outside of
Right,
those shows.
Have you
so
risen above the
nice.
people who brought you down?
100%. And a big part of that was like moving away. I moved to New York and I was like, wow, there are people here that don't care about this stuff. Like they're doing stuff outside of social
Yeah.
media. And I don't know, it just changed my whole perspective on everything. I was kind of like, why do I care about that? I know what these people are like. I don't need to tell everyone. Like I know.
Is
and
there
that's
like
good enough.
is there like an in I mean, I think this is like a stupid rhetorical question, I suppose, because I feel like I know the answer. But like, is there like a influency like group in LA, like a
Yeah.
circle of
Yeah, definitely. And I feel
of
like
tryhards?
yes. And I feel like when I moved here, it was my first experience of this place. So I kind of like, I'd see these people everywhere and I thought they were like real and friends. And I kind of learned along the way that it's not many people you can trust in that influencery thing.
Do they all drive nice cars and pay rent?
Literally. Yeah. That's like you just nailed that. Summed
No
everyone
one owns
up.
a house, but they all
No.
drive G-Wagons.
They've all got
Yeah.
the fake like drip. I'm like, okay, like it's
I
enough.
think it's my favorite thing about them. It's like, you know, you're a loser if you don't own a home, but your car is
Yeah, and you're
car
renting it.
payments $1,500. If your car payments is much or more than your rent,
That's
Literally.
crazy.
That's a really good
you're
indicator.
a loser.
That's everyone in LA, evidently, that I know.
Not everyone.
Oh, everyone I know. I only got introduced to the
Okay.
clicks, you know?
Okay.
Like
so
the
you
TV
feel like New
people.
York has like opened your eyes to like genuine
Oh my God.
friendships, better people.
It's amazing. It's like people are actually doing things outside of like what I'm doing. And I'm like, wow, like, you know, what I'm doing is not the be all end all of like everything. You know, I don't have to worry about stuff online. Like people are doing different shit. They're like,
Like, do you have a friend in purchasing?
what do you mean purchasing?
Like a
real
normal job?
estate?
Like
Yeah,
an accountant?
everyone, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's in finance. Everyone's
Yeah.
cool. I'm like, this is where I should be. Like,
Sales associates.
yeah, this is the men that I want to
servers.
surround myself with, you
Medical
know?
sales rep?
Yeah, all of the cool
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they're like real, down to earth. If they don't like you, they'll tell you. And I'm like, thank you. Like, I just want people to be honest.
Oh my
Australians
God, I
are very-
love her.
Yes, and
Oh
they're
my
like,
God, I love
babe,
her.
I haven't seen you in so long. And you're like,
Let's
you were
get
just talking shit
coffee,
about
let's
me.
get lunch sometime.
Yeah.
And you're
Oh,
like,
weren't you just sleeping with my ex? That's crazy. Good to see you. Oh my God. I'm like, that's literally my life.
You know what I
here.
heard about that bitch? No, it's fine.
crazy.
Yeah.
Literally. And then
What?
you have a new show and they're like,
Yeah. They come back out.
yeah. I'm like,
What
get away
is
from me.
your love life like these days?
Non-existent. And I'm
Really?
loving that. I'm not going to lie. Like,
You need to date a normie.
I did date what I thought was a normie. It turned out to not be so normal.
What does that mean? Well, I
Um,
mean, like, not, I mean, sure, like, you might just find out they're a psychopath.
But he was like not, you know, out of the scene. No one knew who he
Yeah.
was. Low key, didn't post online, private account, love. Ticked all
Went
the
by
boxes.
like a different name.
Yes. And then I kind of thought that that was like by choice. And then I realized this guy's like, you know, maybe he's hiding some stuff. And I moved to New York and I was like, you know, with him for a while, things were good. And then, yeah, not so good. Now I'm like, I dated another person after that. That was the most diabolical person I've ever dated in my life.
The
And-
most?
The most. Like I'm not, we've topped.
You've got
We
such
just
a
tried.
type.
I
You
know.
really like that's
It's like
crazy.
anyone I'm attracted to, I need to like get away from.
Yeah,
Because
you
they're
need to
the
not be
worst
attracted
people.
to your
Literally.
next partner.
How do I change that?
Do we
Like,
need to unpack that, Georgia?
yeah, I'm like doing therapy now, so I'm like unpacking that. I'm like, what's wrong with me? Why do I find these people? Like, it's insane.
And how were they diabolical? Just like
So manipulative, can present a whole person that they're not, and you find out a few months later that they're nothing like that. Really controlling, gaslighting. The last guy I was seeing, literally went through my phone in my sleep, hacked my iCloud, got my location, and had tracked me for 5 months. I had no idea. When we stopped speaking, was turning up to places that I was and making out it was a coincidence. Then one night called me and told me, I know you just walked through your front door. And I was like, dude, I'm moving. Like, the people I meet are like,
What
next
did you
level.
think of me when you met me? Like, did you think, what was, like, on the chances he's a psychopath scale, like, what were you, like, thinking?
Well, I mean, I think we like went to on our first date. We like went to dinner like an hour after I had ever met him in person, and he was like, "So like, I could kill you tonight," and I was like,
Whoa.
"No,
Wait, that's hilarious. That's like, I think about that's not hilarious actually happening, but like, you never know who you're dating.
don't
You're like, what
know.
if I'm a psychopath?
Literally, he's like, "So I could like actually kill you."
Well, that's what's
I'm
crazy.
not, but like I
was
could.
judging
I'm like,
her
great.
for
That is
meeting
so
me,
funny.
being like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like,
Were you that bad?
what?
Were you that bad?
No, I'm that good.
Okay, yeah.
Obviously,
I feel like you guys are
yes.
great. So I wouldn't
Yes.
see.
No,
I don't
like
know what
I'm a normal person, but
Yeah.
I was doing an unnormal thing, so I was judging her for meeting me, being
Like,
like,
'cause it's
how do you
risky.
not know I'm not fucking? And also,
Yeah.
are you gonna murder me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
then that's was my
true.
response. Is like, well, what if I?
Oh, I was
Oh, yeah,
definitely
that's
afraid
tough.
of. I was
You
definitely
guys are
afraid
like,
of
let me
We
Natalie.
murder each other.
I mean, the only person who would do this is someone who's gonna kill me.
For the
That's
follow-up questions, how many
hilarious.
people know where you are right now?
Literally.
I knew why I was doing it.
Like,
you
so
know?
do you
Does
share
anyone have your location?
with
Is anyone expecting you home later? or-
Yeah. Could you actually turn off your location services right now? Or
Are you close with your family? No?
Well, I mean, honestly
Stop.
though, but maybe that's kind of what you're not looking for. Like there was a healthy amount of like awkwardness between
Yeah.
Nally and I, and nervousness of both being
Yeah.
like, I don't know about you, you know, and yet we
yeah.
were both kind of like, hopefully giving each other like green flags, but like
Mhm.
we were like very, there was like an awkwardness.
I feel like I mistake chemistry. Like I think I'm connecting with someone and it's actually like a toxic bond forming. It's someone really manipulative and they're really playing me and I'm like, we're so the same. Oh my God, this is like, I'm going to marry this person. And then I realized they're nothing like that. I'm like, I need to like stop. Like I need to chill.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I just
Like maybe I'm the only good guy out
So
there.
wait, how
Probably.
did you
honestly
get
probably.
how you are? How did you get your location off of his like phone?
So I had an inkling something was going on when he kept turning up to places that I was. And I was like calling my mom and I'm like, this sounds really crazy, but there's too many coincidences happening. He keeps turning up to places. And she's like, he's tracking you. And I'm like, how would I even see that? So I went through my phone and looked at like location was off. I made sure family sharing, I've heard you can do that. Turn that off. I'm like, no, I have to be good. This is in my head. Then the phone call happened and I'm like, panic. I go into Apple. They've seen this shit before. So they're like changing all my passwords, like telling me what was probably the likely scenario. And I 100% know it. Like I'm a deep sleeper. He knew my password. I would always fall asleep before him. Sometimes I'd wake up, the vibe would be off. I wouldn't know why. It was like obvious that he'd been snooping and doing stuff. And he knew things that you could only know if you were in my phone. Like, but I was like, you know, what are the odds of that? Like, you just never think it'll happen until you have proof.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just think like,
We can
was
bleep
very weird.
this out, but are we talking about
yes,
Who?
I've never met a man like this. This is like,
How
I'm
tall
not
is he?
kidding. He's like possessed.
How tall is he?
Short. Too short to act like that. I'm such
No,
a
but that's the
bitch,
thing.
bro.
That's the thing. But if like if he's got a great face,
You know, Harry could get away with their height. It was
So
like, you know,
tall.
it's like we made some exceptions, not that. You have to
But
grow
yeah,
if
no
you're
matter
gonna act like that.
no matter how much fucked up a tall man is, he's still tall.
Yeah.
And he still like doesn't have to overcompensate.
Yeah.
And sadly,
They
with
get
the
away
short,
with a
with the
lot.
short kings.
Yeah.
Well, with the
This
short kings,
king
there's
really swindled me.
there's
though.
a real no matter the problem with the short kings,
Mhm.
and I love the short kings, and I do think the short kings need more representation,
a short
and I
king
do
too.
think the ladies out there need to be open to like 5'10". But
Yeah.
like the problem sometimes with the short kings is there's a
This
true
is such a good
there's a
conversation.
true like there's an always constant like what the word I'm for
Complex.
imposter syndrome.
Yes.
So no matter how much
Yes.
success they have in their life,
like-
they're like their childhood self and like their high school self will never really believe that, like, you know,
That they're
obviously
tall
you're,
enough.
you're a beautiful,
got
attractive
Georgia.
person,
Yeah.
and then, like, you know, they're just like they just can't outlive the person they see in the mirror, and they become insane.
Well, you
So
really
be careful.
True.
Be
That's so
careful of the
true.
ultra successful short kings.
See, that was it.
Yeah.
Successful short king.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And when I met this guy, I was like, he's a dream. Like, he's foreign, cute accent. Like, we really vibed. He was like, I'm not like, you know, I'm kind of, I don't really care about the sceney stuff. Like,
Oh,
I'm
when
not
they say I'm not
fine.
like,
Yes. And then I've
They're
never met
always
someone
like-
that
Yeah.
wanted to put me down so bad. Like, he very successful. I was always like, you're amazing. Like, you're so great. He was like, your career is so embarrassing. Can't be seen with you in public. Like, don't walk near me at this event because, like, we can't be seen
well,
together.
why would you accept that?
Well, because it was kind of put through in a way that was really like disguised in the beginning. It was like, my team says I can't be seen with you. I'm really sorry, but it's a bad look for
We
me.
have
Blah,
to
blah,
stay
blah.
private.
But Georgia,
right
I'm
now.
gonna
And
have
I'm
to
like,
push back
I
here.
understand.
Where that no.
Well, I'm
Huh?
like,
Nick,
you
you
know,
you kept me
I've been on
private for a
dating
long time.
shows. Like, I'm like, it
This is not
comes
about
with a
us.
thing.
Sorry, but you did keep me private for a long time. So if you had, thank
Because
God
I
you
was
did
obviously
it, but like,
very I was
can
like
see how she was like, okay,
I
that-
was
yeah,
I
fine.
was like, you know, I get it. I've been on dating
Wasn't my
shows.
team.
It's not the best look, you know. I'm like, I can understand. Like, I'm not like, you know, I get it.
yeah.
I get it. You're a successful guy. This is probably not.
Mhm,
I get it.
mhm,
But
mhm.
eventually, this better not be a problem.
Right.
And then it was like, you know, masked in that he's really proud of me, but whatever. And then we would have arguments. I kid you not, he would look at me and say, we do not compare. I'm here. You're here. You need to know that. And I was like, I never said I would just bawl. I was like, wait, what the hell?
It's so sad.
That's
so sad. And then he would like
sad.
snap out of it and be like, I don't know why I said that. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so proud
Oh
of
my
you.
God, did
And
he
I'm
have,
like,
splits
are
personality?
you like,
What's happening?
okay, that's what I think.
Okay, are we need we are recording this, so we are what, like, we need to come up with some key phrases for you. Like,
Yeah,
when they
please,
say,
help me.
I'm sorry for saying, I don't know why I said that.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
a calm, immediate, like,
I'm like, it's okay.
no.
Oh, you're forgiven.
And
I
it-
honestly forgot what you said.
The
What
answer,
did you
if they don't know why they said that,
love
then
you.
the answer is they're a psychopath.
Literally, I know, but he would be.
If they
he'd
say
mask it
something
so
crazy
well.
and then black out and go, I don't know why I
It's
said
probably a red
that.
flag. All right, I'll write this down.
Psychopath.
I know. I don't know. I need to change like that part of me that's
Yeah.
like too forgiving and accepting because those things grow and they grew. And I was like,
Mhm.
damn, okay, I should have
Mhm.
paid attention to that.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
happened on my birthday, by the way. It was my birthday when that one happened.
What's the relationship with your dad?
My dad, yeah, this is where I've done the research in the emotional trauma, and I think it's because my mom and my dad never got married. They're like really good friends, but my dad's from Sydney in Australia. My mom's from Queensland. She moved when she was young, so they had like a long distance friendship. My dad worked in Sydney, so there was only times that I could see him. It wasn't like very frequent, and he's a great dad. But when I was young, there was a lot of stuff that I missed in that connection. So I feel now I look for emotionally unavailable men because I'm trying to like prove to myself that I can make them stay.
Yeah.
Because I
wow.
felt when I was young, I didn't have that. You know what I mean?
Dad didn't choose
And
you.
I love my dad. We get
Yeah.
along
Yeah,
great
yeah,
now. And it's like
yeah.
he was the best dad he could be. But I feel like that really did something.
It is crazy how that
Did something.
it did something.
And also, my mom has bipolar, and her emotions are very. So when I was young, I was always trying to overread her emotions. So now, when I'm in a relationship, I'm always like reading into things and like catering to people's emotional
Oh, well,
needs.
But
that
that
makes
also-
sense.
You know what I
That
mean?
must be very difficult.
That's
I can
hard,
imagine.
yeah.
I know very little about bipolar, except the fact that it's incredibly difficult for the person
Difficult.
suffering from it, and obviously the people and family members.
Yeah.
But I can understand why you have an exceptional empathy
Yes, and
for people acting out of pocket.
Yep.
maybe a little
and
bit.
emotional, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
fluctuation.
Irregulated. Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I've seen this before. This is fine. At least my mom's like this.
Yeah,
This is normal. I know
I grew up
this.
with this.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with this. I know this. Yeah.
And my mom's like, get away from them. And I'm like, yeah, true. If they like you, like, I get it. She's amazing. But she's like, that's not okay. You shouldn't be with people like that. But I'm like used to that. So it's a little hard. But I'm very aware is the part
you
that's
are.
great.
You are very aware.
But I'm really bad
Unless
at
you're in
applying
it.
that awareness.
Unless you're in it.
Yeah. And when I'm in it, I'm blind. I'm like,
Like, you can DM us. I don't know if you have my
I know, I
number. You
probably
can text
should.
Natalie or whatever. But just be like,
Yeah.
hey, a guy just
Help
said
me.
this to me. Like,
Like,
just wondering
Quick
if
question.
like quick
yes,
question.
no.
Told me I was a loser 5 minutes later.
then
Says
he
doesn't
snapped
know
out of
why I
it.
said that. Like, is that normal behavior? And I'll be
Yes.
like, get out, run.
okay. Yeah.
You're like,
and
but wait,
on
he
your
did just take
birthday-
his shirt off. Wait, he is kind of actually
Wait,
looking really good right now. Hold on, I'll text you back in a minute.
But he's taking me to lunch, so I'll get back to you after this. We're going
He
on a
split the
holiday.
bill with me. It was very nice.
It's really sweet. Yeah, I probably will do that from now on. I'll take you up on that.
Okay.
So battle camp.
Yes, really fun.
Yeah. Well, you almost
fun.
won. How did
I
you feel
know,
about your best
honestly.
friend Lorenzo winning when you had the odds in your favor?
Honestly, so happy. Like it was, I voted for Lorenzo. I also have won a Netflix show, so I was kind of like, I'm here for the ride. You know, I'm just gonna see how far I can go.
You didn't need the money.
Never thought. I mean, like everyone needs money. I would have
Yeah,
loved
for sure.
250K. Like I would be like, thank you so much. I could have done a lot with that, but I think Lorenzo was the most deserving. Plus, Lorenzo can do so much more with it than me. I feel like he's, you know, been on one show, hasn't really had his time to like pop into things yet and like start a brand, start a life, you know, work. So I feel like this is going to change his life so much and he's so amazing. And he really like, me and him were very similar in the show. I feel like we were very like neck and neck at a lot of stuff, but he outdid everyone. So he was the most deserving. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and also biasly, like he was my best friend.
What was the challenge you were most afraid of doing?
I mean, going into it, I didn't know it would be this bad, but the submerged one, they make it look so much more chill than it was. Like we were in that ice bath thing for hours. Like they were doing, so they wouldn't tell you how long you're sitting in there. It was just like a battle of your mental strength. So you're sitting there for like 6 minutes, 10 minutes, in and out, like all day. And none of us are like tapping out. We're all like, no, we've come so far. This is like horrible.
Yeah.
We have to win. So they like changed the last round to be you had to hold your head under the water in the ice. And they don't show how bad it was, but like it was bad. Like I was like forced drowning myself pretty much. Like my body was like seizing and I like breathed water in my mouth and I'm like fighting because I could hear.
But like, just to be clear, you were always safe?
We were always safe.
Okay.
We had heart monitors on. There was like a med team on the side. Like we were safe. It was controlled, but
Yeah. You were pushing
really
your
traumatizing.
bodily limits.
yeah.
Okay.
And I could feel that, but I was like really competitive.
Have you
about
taken
it.
an ice bath since?
No.
Okay.
You did win
No
the first time you did
way.
it though.
Yes. Yes, I did. I won. So it was worth the trauma, but like they made me do it again in the final and I was like, you guys are so mean for this because I was like crying after. I was like having nightmares about it. It was horrible.
Did you go to sleepaway camp?
What's sleepaway camp? Is that an American thing?
I think
Like the
it's-
kids send their like
Yeah.
the parents send their
Yeah,
kids off. They're like,
basically, yeah.
bye.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
we don't
yeah.
do that in Australia.
Yeah.
The parents actually love
They,
their
like,
kids.
take care of their kids. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm kidding. That's
or,
cute.
Or
That's
they're
cute.
too poor. We were too poor.
Oh, okay. So
Is it expensive?
is that an expensive thing?
I never
think
went
so.
either. I don't
Getting
kind of a
someone else to take
luxury.
care of your kid.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it like a
A
summer
week.
camp thing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so fun though. That would be cool.
Yeah, I mean, I guess a cheap version of sending your kids away to have someone else watch them for a period of time overnight.
But like, what a cool thing! Like as a parent, you're just like, bye, and you just get your life back for a little.
That is kind of nice.
Maybe like
remember
these days, I wouldn't do it.
I
but-
did go to one. I think it was only like a week. Like I don't think it was that long, but I remember I called my mom every single like constantly,
Get
and she
me
was
outta
like,
here.
"Honey, stop calling me. You're at camp.
make some friends, leave me alone.
I am busy."
Mom's having fun.
Yeah.
That's so good. I love that.
I was like, "Can I call my mom again?"
like seriously.
like you gotta stop.
Enjoy
Get on the
this.
horse.
Who do you think brought the most drama? Because to me, like Tony was overreacting. Brie and Louis, to me, looked like a showman's.
Yeah, that was really cute. I love Brie and Louis. They were cute. But the drama, they weren't dramatic. I feel like Tony was the most dramatic. They cut a lot of that out. Like he's way more dramatic than that. Like
So was his exit more confusing in
Yeah.
person? Okay.
Yeah.
Noted.
Can you elaborate?
I don't know if I can, but I would love to.
Perfect.
But no, he got
Why
a great
can't
edit. Tony.
They
no,
love
he looks good.
Tony.
They love Tony.
I love Tony.
Who do
They
you,
love Tony.
Who don't you love?
I didn't bond that great with probably Morgan. I feel like she was a different kind of personality to me, and I'm not good with people that are like a little more introvert. I take it like the wrong way. I'm like, they don't like me.
No.
But I also feel like she didn't like me. So it was on point. Like we ended up voting for each other. I didn't vibe with her that much. Outside the show, she's really sweet.
Spell ecstasy for
Oh
me.
my gosh. So I am a really good speller, but
You
I
are a
was
good speller.
terrified.
I am already
Yes.
going EX, unfortunately.
Yeah,
That is where
That's
I
what
am
everyone
going.
said they would do.
I can't
know
spell for
it's
shit, so I do be clear.
ECSTASY. I know that. On the spot.
Say it again.
EC.
Spell it
No,
again. Spell it again. Spell it again.
I spelled it wrong. Nick, I spelled it wrong.
You spelled it wrong on here.
You
trying to
spelled it
set me
wrong.
up?
Ha ha. It's hard. That's right. I'm telling
so
you.
sorry.
I spelled
it wrong
CY on the
sheet.
show.
Yeah, they wrote
Oh, they got it
CY.
wrong. See?
That's
That's how I spelled it because in your head,
Right.
this is one of those words when you're visualizing it. You've already put a C in the front. You've already
Do you
put
need
an
to go
S.
like? Did you go like?
No, well, I was too scared because
In
I'm
a
falling
sentence?
off this thing. So I was originally going
Yeah.
to write on my hand, but then I couldn't. I'm holding on for like dear life. I already put a C and an S, and I'm like, which is the last one? Is it CY, SY? As soon as I said it, I was like, no, it's SY. And they're like,
Done.
no, you've said it, it's locked in.
One of my absolute favorite things to watch
I got
are
launched.
like high school spelling bees. Just spelling bees in general, I guess. It's awesome.
Yeah,
I think maybe because like
Can you
I
spell
can't.
restaurant?
that's easy.
RES.
You think restaurant's easy?
TAURANT.
Hmm.
Toronto restaurant.
Toronto.
Toronto.
No, but it's like the
You know him. You love him. Toronto.
the intensity where
We're
they're
just
like
being a nerd now.
the
and it's
intensity where
sucked
they're
on
just
TV.
they
I'm like,
get the clipboard and they're just
Can we pull up a
Can I have
couple
it in a
more
sentence,
words? Can you
please?
spell philanthropist?
okay, that one I'm gonna give to you.
I can't spell.
Nick is dyslexic. He cannot
I
spell.
can't read.
Wait,
I
see,
can't
this is
spell.
my issue. I can't visualize things. I need to write it down. If I had
Yeah.
a pen and paper, I would have slayed. But like me in the mind, I'm like, my brain was not working like that. And also, I have a fear of heights. Polly went before me. She got her word wrong. They launched her so far in the sky. She landed on her face on the beanbag and she's like swollen. And then they're like, Georgia, you're up. And I'm like, no, I hate heights. I'm so scared. So I'm like begging them to like, if I get it wrong, only use one man. Don't use two men
Yeah.
to launch me. Like I'm scared.
Was there any word in your head that you were like, please don't ask me?
At that point, probably just everything. Because I was so
okay.
scared. I'm like, I don't know.
You're like,
the,
my own name.
the
Don't.
first word they gave me was swimmer. And I was like, oh, easy, slay. And then the next one's like ecstasy. And I'm like, okay,
What
I
do you-
know this word.
What do you think the hardest 4-letter word is to spell?
What is this, Wordle?
That could be anything.
me off the top of my head. Like,
Can you spell faux?
Faux.
Uh-huh.
PHO.
Oh,
Can you spell chic?
I'm
Yeah.
like scared. Don't ask me anything, please.
Nick texted me one time and said,
No,
how
Shit.
do you spell SHECK?
no, not the
And
sound
then
out.
he goes, like stylish. I'm like, chic?
Wait, that's hilarious.
I'm
Like stylish.
I love how you didn't just go for the voice note because that was so crazy to spell it out.
sometimes if you read our text, I sound like the one who's 18 years younger
Yeah.
who's in school still.
Truly.
Be like, hey mom, how
I
do you
actually
spell
love that. I
like
wouldn't expect that.
recess?
He does.
From you. I wouldn't
It's a-
expect that from you.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just a brain thing. Like you just forget sometimes.
He does. He texts me all the time, being like, "How do you spell this?
My
How do you do
brain
this?"
is very good at some things.
And really shit at others. Me too.
It's just like,
That's
it
me.
uses all that energy for,
the good stuff.
well,
Wait. So,
stuff.
what word were you thinking? The
Wait,
hardest
I
four-letter
don't know.
word.
It just
Oh,
was
it was
asked.
just a
it just came
question.
I'm sure it's out there.
I was like, I don't think there
Faux
is a hard one.
F-A-U-X, by the way.
Oh, faux.
FAUX?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Faux.
It's like faux fur.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah,
not
yeah.
real. You know.
I thought you meant
Pho.
five.
You spelled
pho.
pho.
I was like FOE. That's three. I'm saying out of this one.
She's way too smart for us. We gotta get her out of here.
Yeah, my brain.
Oh my gosh.
Are you watching anything these days? Are you enjoying anything as a fan?
Love Black Mirror. That's not really reality though, but
It's
I've
okay.
been loving Battle Camp, honestly. I know that sounds stupid because I'm on it, but I've watched
You're a
it like
narcissist.
yes,
Yeah.
so I love myself a lot. Literally, just the first show that I'm like actually able to watch of mine that I'm not like
Mm.
cringing on repeat, and I'm like,
I get that.
this
I
is
get
what
that,
I
yeah.
like missed out on because I was in the challenge and I didn't see these people doing that stuff. Now I'm watching them and I'm like,
Mm.
wow, I didn't know that happened. So
Did
it's
it make
actually
you
really
want to
interesting.
do like more challenge like
no,
no?
I don't think I'll go.
Okay.
Like
No.
Big Brother, I would be down for like a
Really?
social challenge kind of thing. But like honestly, Battle Camp was really hard. Like it was really hard. I don't
How
know how I
long
got
was
through
the
it.
film? Like how long were y'all there?
Like 4 weeks.
Did you know going into it that heights were going to be so heavily involved?
They asked me, they like alluded to like, I was like, so what kind of challenges we're talking? Like, you know, swimming, maybe some like, what is that, zip lining? And I was
Uh-huh.
like, what kind of heights does that involve? They're like, nothing crazy. I was like, okay, because I have a phobia. Like,
And
it's
then they're
not like a,
perfect. We'll add heights to every
yeah,
single challenge
yeah,
for Georgia.
yeah. And I'm
You're in a
like, no, it's not
harness.
like a, like, I actually like have a full panic. I had a panic attack. They cut it all out. But like, the last thing they were making me
plank one?
do,
You do understand
yeah.
reality TV, right?
Yeah, I
Like,
know, but
and
it's
how they
like give me
produce it.
some of the credit. You know, you put me up there, like make me look bad. Like I tried.
What Black Mirror episode do you think is the most realistic that you're afraid of happening?
Oh, well, I've definitely where it's happening. But what's it called? Nosedive, the one that's like all about like likes and what people
Social
think
media,
of you.
Bryce
Yes.
Dallas Howard.
I love it. I
Say
like
more. I haven't seen that one.
love. You need to watch
It's
it.
pretty
It's
much
sick.
like social currency. So it's like how people interact with you is
Yeah.
they can see looking at you like
I
how
don't
how
know.
liked you are, how many stars you have, what
It's
your
like
rating
following.
is. And then
Yeah.
it's like people will not
Oh,
associate
yeah.
with you if your rating's low. You can get it marked for like not doing nice things
You
or
can't.
like
You won't be able to rent a car at a certain place
Yes.
or like
If
buy
If you don't have
coffee.
a rating,
Oh my god! Like
yeah.
I would not have been able to make it this far.
So everyone's
You
like
have to be
super
likable,
fake
super-
and like, oh my god, and then you rate each other, and
Yeah,
it's
like
like
the key
it's
to
like,
my
I like your
success.
shirt. Do you want it? Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
have
And then
it.
that gives you like a mark up. But if you didn't, like they can be like mark you down.
They
be like,
mark you
rude.
down like in front of you.
Interesting, because I honestly feel like part of the key of my success is like just being completely oblivious to how people really feel about me.
Yeah.
And then people kind of are like, I don't know how you show up in the world the way people
Yeah.
feel about you.
Yeah, so this
And
is
then
like
and then I get this a lot from people in Bachelor Nation, which is like, I wish I didn't care about people hating me like they hate you.
That's such a nice backhanded compliment.
Literally,
You
it's
really
like,
deal
wait,
with
that's
hatred
so
so
true.
well.
Dude, you're so good at ignoring everyone that fucking hates you and talks so much shit about you. You're like so good at ignoring
Yeah.
it.
you're like, whoa, people are
okay.
talking shit about me.
Yeah.
I wish I could be
crazy.
more like you and just like not care that people hate you. You know?
Yeah, like I recently
great thing
signed
to say.
a deal, and I got a lot of DMs from people being like, "Man, like that many more reasons to ignore the haters," and I'm like, "What?"
What
people hate
haters?
me?
That's hilarious.
What have you heard?
So funny because I low-key feel like I'm like a victim to that mentality. I always thought that you're just like whatever, but like you just don't realize, I guess.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, you're
just not that
like,
tapped in.
I'm glad. I honestly, I didn't want to
I
tell
don't think
people
you
how
get
they felt.
hate,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
mean, like the one few times I've seen you, like you just so unbothered. I'm like, I love that.
No, I don't care.
It's
Yeah.
literally what you just said. People say to you. I just said.
Well, I
to
don't
you.
look. I tell the people because they're just like, "Well, how do you do it?" I'm like, I don't look. I care.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of
I
sight, out of
care.
mind.
Of course, I care. I'm a human being, but I
Me,
don't
I'm
go
like-
looking for it. Like,
looking.
Hey guys, what do y'all think about me?
yeah. On Reddit, like
the amount of reality TV stars who tell me they think it's fun to go on Reddit and read about themselves
You're like,
because it's like,
you're
ha
a
ha
liar.
ha, ha, and I'm like,
you cried yourself to sleep.
No.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Reddit's like, don't go there. I don't have the app. I'm like, I have self control.
like no one goes on there to compliment people.
No, that
No.
shit is scary. That's scary.
It's like how to make soups
Stay
and
out
talk
of it.
shit.
So true.
That is
Like I came here for a recipe, but by the way, Georgia fucking sucks.
I hate her fucking face. She's so annoying. I want her off this show. I'm
Anyways, the
like,
tortilla soup
Yeah.
is
here's the recipe.
Love you guys.
That is so accurate.
Going back to the plank situation, you said
Yeah.
that you almost had a panic attack,
Yeah.
or because from our point, watching it back, it looked like more you were just trying to manipulate Chase.
So there was a moment I switched that on because I was already crying. So I was like, I don't want to go off this plank. This is like, I'm going to act my life out right now. And I was already crying, but I've walked out to the plank and I've seen that I'm on a safe one. And I'm like, I already have tears on my face. I need to kind of play into this so that he thinks I'm on a bad one. Otherwise, he's going to take my plank.
Mhm.
So I for a moment put it on, but as soon as I looked at Chase, I was like, I'm gonna laugh. Like he's just so unserious. I can't look at him and like be like acting like this. So yeah, I broke character, and yeah, I was very terrified though. The tears were real, and then I was like, I'm gonna play into this for a bit, for a moment, to manipulate Chase. It didn't work. So
I respected you. You were like, I'm good.
I had to hustle because like I didn't want to go off that thing.
Mhm.
That's my worst fear. I even like, betrayed Cutie. In all honesty, we like made a pact that we wouldn't, before we went on those planks, we were not gonna like sell each other out. We're like, we're gonna protect each other because we're so scared of heights. It all went out the window. I was like, girl, every man for themselves. I'm not going off this plank. And then I was like going anyway. I'm like, Cutie, I'm sorry. Don't hate me.
So sorry.
Please. I had to do what I had to
So
do.
what's next for you?
Good question. I'm taking some acting classes off the back of this. I actually want to get into
Turns out
acting.
I know how to act. Like-
Turns out I'm a professional. Dates one. Anyway. No, I actually really want to do acting. I did a short film a while ago and I found it really fun. And now I want to see like if I can like tap into that a little bit more and like where it could take me. Like Netflix is cool. Like if you're cool with them, they have a lot of opportunities. If I took it seriously, I could see what would be there, see if there's something they could put me in. Maybe. Maybe. Netflix, help. Help me out. No, but like I also want to try like hosting or something. I feel like also want to start a podcast. So many things on my mind right now. I'm like, damn, what do I
What
go?
kind of podcast do you want to start?
Like a dating one, I feel.
Like tell
An
me more.
advice one. I have so much trauma that you guys know a little bit about. We've touched on, but I have a lot more, and I feel like I really want to like educate girls.
Would you
Red
be willing
flags.
to like talk about your escapades in a very honest and raw, like
For real? Yeah, I feel like I'd give all the tea
interesting?
in a
Yeah.
way that like I'm not gonna get sued, but yeah, I'll give the tea.
Yeah, just come up with like aliases, like Short
Yeah.
King.
And yeah, literally, I feel like I could give enough, but not too much. But yeah, it's a lot of
Interesting.
stuff that people should
we have
know
a production
about.
company.
I know a
Yeah,
place.
you do?
Yeah, NV
Hook
Media.
me up.
We can talk.
Yes, I have a whole deck planned and stuff, so we should.
You
talk
do have a
about it.
deck?
Yes, I'm
Interesting.
taking this serious. I
Wow.
want to
I
do
mean,
it.
No, that is my number one requirement.
Okay, perfect. Then we're good.
And you're in.
Like, if you want to get rich and actually work,
Yeah.
we can talk.
And I love talking, and I love like meeting people and hearing stories and like relating to people and helping people. So I feel like it's something I should try.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And you're living in New York?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I love it. New York's great.
Favorite New York story you've experienced since you've been there?
Oh wow, so many crazy ones. I'm trying to filter out the ones I probably can't say.
Imagine this is your first episode of your podcast.
Oh, I don't really know. Honestly,
Not a very good podcast
this
so
is
far.
sad. This is like sad because when I moved there, I was like there for a year. I didn't experience anything. I was kind of like on house arrest with this relationship that I was in. So like I didn't do anything. I was like boring. Now that I'm like single and like experiencing things, I'm like out and like having fun, but
Mhm.
didn't have fun for a long time. It was just work, film the show, boring. Like I don't really have any crazy stories yet. I need to make crazy stories.
Okay.
Yeah. I know that's so boring. I'm trying to think. You know what's annoying? I'll leave here and I'll have the best story. But I can't think of it right now.
Okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Do you have a favorite restaurant or a favorite like?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Can we get a rec?
I'll tell you
Oh.
mine if you tell me yours.
Tell me yours first.
Okay. The American Bar.
What? I've not been there.
Oh my God. The
It's-
American
it's
Bar. Go on Thursdays.
pretty
Do you eat
basic,
meat?
but good.
Okay, go on Thursdays. They have a special of bourbon chicken.
Whereabouts is this?
West Village.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Love West Village. Okay, I'm going.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
so
it's-
good. They have an amazing martini.
Oh,
They have an
my
amazing Greek chopped
gosh.
salad, and they have an amazing bourbon chicken. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to try
Natalie
that.
loves their bourbon chicken so much. We have flown to New York on a Thursday just to get the bourbon chicken.
Wait,
We've
they need to
changed
like
flights
be
and
a
been like, no,
sponsor
we
on
need to
this.
get there earlier so we can get there in time to have dinner at American Bar for the bourbon chicken.
It's pretty good.
Wow.
And every time I'm there, and I'm like, please make this a staple on your menu. Like, please take it off of Thursdays.
Oh my
like,
God, I'm going to try. Okay, that
it's so
sounds
good.
totally fine.
amazing.
Okay, what's yours?
I like French food, so I like pastello, I think it's called. I'm probably pronouncing it
Patisse?
wrong. That's it. That's it. Okay, that one.
What do
That's
you
it.
get from there?
I get everything. I like the
patisse?
chicken paillard thing that they have. They have a really good French onion soup. That's my favorite.
They have a really good burger.
That I haven't tried. I probably need to try that. But yeah, I love French food, so I'm down. Burger.
Is there French fries your favorite?
Yeah, like I'm like thinking of like, oh yeah, you know, their iced tea is really nice. Like everything basic. No, French onion soup is really good. I'm a big.
It's really
critic.
French.
It's French, and it has like a good layer of cheese and stuff. So,
Is it actually French? Is that why it's called French onion soup?
Yeah, I guess.
Like
Maybe the
French- are
onion,
French
maybe
fries
the actual
actually
onion is French.
And that's why
Yeah,
they're called French
wha-
fries? Or is it Frenchies because that's the brand?
Wow,
of
we're
Is it
so
French
good.
because the onion's from France?
According to the internet, French onion soup is indeed from France.
Yeah.
What about French fries?
It was invented by none other than King Louis.
King Louis.
King Louis.
Oh, wow, they're quick on the facts.
14th? The 14th?
King
Whoa.
Louis.
Is that XV's
X
Roman
V is
numeral?
15.
He's making
XV is
such a-
15.
XV is like
Maybe he's getting into
15.
the soup.
Mouth-watering soup. You think he was on Reddit being like, hey guys,
He's like,
my
he's
French
supposed to be
onion
president.
soup.
It's just been stolen. Love that. Love Louis for that.
Love Louis for
I
that.
can't. Guys. It's been around since medieval times.
Never had it.
Medieval times is crazy. It's a favorite.
You wouldn't like French onion soup, I don't think.
That's why I've never tried it.
You know, I'm not even
I already
an
know.
onion fan, but it's so good.
It's just like all the cheese on top.
Hey, that's my
That's
part.
the best part.
Yeah.
That's my part. When you
Yuck.
pull it, and it's like stretching. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. Do you like a mozzarella stick?
Love.
Be like,
But I want it to be like that.
It's
Like,
gotta have the cheese
dry when
ball.
I get it. and
instead
it's
of like
cold.
taking it and then all the
send it
cheese
back.
falls out and it's just like,
Like-
it's
Then
just like the
you need to
wrapper.
try.
You just
need
get
to
the hollow
try-
bit of crust.
What's it called?
Like-
What's it called?
Ruby Rosa?
Ruby Rosa. You've been to
Oh,
Ruby
no.
Rosa?
No, what's
Really
that?
good mozzarella sticks.
Ruby
Pizza too.
Rosa?
Yeah.
Really
Okay,
good.
I'm going
Really
there.
good pizza and mozzarella sticks.
Yum.
Yeah.
You guys have the regs, all right?
Yeah.
You need to
Where do
send
you
me
go?
those.
Just like
I like
Sweet
Ruby's.
Green.
You know Ruby's? It's an Australian owned
Yes.
place in New
Little
York, and they're
Ruby's Cafe?
really good. The food is insanely good. Like
Little Ruby's Cafe?
they just opened one near where I live in Williamsburg, and it's amazing.
Oh, you live in Williams. That's where we met.
Yeah. What was that?
We met in Williamsburg.
You met there?
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
god!
where
so
we
there's
like talked
hope
about
for
killing
me.
each other.
Wait,
Was Williamsburg.
There's so many people. I get that vibe there. Yes. No, that's so funny. I love Williamsburg. It's great.
That's really cute.
It's really cute. But yeah, Ruby's is amazing.
Okay.
It's good
There's the
food.
wrap.
It's good to see you, Georgia.
I know. It's so good to see you and so nice to finally meet you. I heard so
know.
much
I
about
feel like we've.
Did we meet before this or no? No.
I don't think. I feel like
I
we've
think I
only
just know you
texted
because
or,
I've
like,
watched so much of
DM'd
the
or
podcast.
something.
Yes, we spoke.
Yeah.
That's it. And we were like meaning to hang out.
Yeah.
Then I fled the state.
You fled the scene.
Yeah, left the chat. I left this whole
You did.
place.
I got pregnant and you were like, fuck this bitch.
No,
I'm out of here.
That's all more
Just
of
like
a
the rest
reason
of
for
them.
me to be like, hang out with me. I used to be a midwife. Like I love
You
that
did?
shit.
You used to be a
Yes.
midwife?
Yes.
Do you want to pull
I
out my
swear I
next
told
baby?
you this.
When you say
Yes.
like, so like you were just delivering babies?
Yep. I literally filmed Too Hot to Handle season 3, then
yeah,
went
I
back to
remember
normal
this.
life, went back to a hospital job, delivering babies, like 3 babies one night sometimes. Literally no one. I had a
Why don't
double
people?
life.
Why don't more people know
Hannah
that about
Montana.
you?
I know, because it's not hot, right? Like
No,
they
it
want
is
you to be
hot.
like too hot to handle. That's like not that hot.
It's kind of hot.
I
It's
feel
hot.
like it's fun. It's great.
Hmm.
Hot, I don't know. It's kind of gross.
It makes you very.
Like it's amazing, but it's like
It
you know,
makes you very
it's
unique
bloody.
in a group
Yeah.
of people. Let's like reality TV stars. It's a melting pot of various backgrounds,
Yeah.
intelligence, and things like that. But like, there's not a ton of people in
I
the
think-
reality TV space
yeah.
who have something really going for them other
Yeah.
than their face.
Yes, I
Um,
think that's what they like it to come across as well. So
Yeah.
like when I met them, the production, they were like, you're a midwife? They're like, I don't think anyone here has ever studied. Like anyone else on the cast. I was like, really?
No one's read a book.
Yeah, they're like, wait, you're the first person with a degree? Like that's crazy. I was like, yeah.
No,
well,
that's very cool though.
it is.
That's
It was
really cool.
honestly the best thing I've ever done. Like it's amazing.
Do you, if I were to like give birth right here, right now, would you know exactly
Oh,
what to do, or would you
exactly.
be like, oh,
No,
I kinda
exactly. I delivered a baby in a car park once. It was amazing. I was literally about to leave my shift, and then they were like, I had my bag and everything, and they're like, "Do you want to deliver a baby in the car park?" And I was like, "Are you serious?" Yes. And we was just like run down the hallway with an emergency like delivery kit.
forgot.
Got outside. She's like in the car giving birth. I'm like catching the baby.
You're so
Amazing.
badass.
It was so sick.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was the
Really
sickest.
cool.
I have so many cool stories about that. It's
Not only is
amazing.
she stunning, but she can deliver babies and she can spell ecstasy. And restaurant.
Yes. Okay, love that for me. and restaurant.
Your podcast would be called Birthing Problems.
That's a good name. Wait, that's a good name.
Like dating problems?
I don't know.
Birthing problems.
We can workshop it.
People just think I'm like giving birth
Thanks for
every
calling
episode.
birthing problems. It's Georgia. What's your problem?
Me just talking to people in the hospital.
Having a baby.
Wait,
Wrong number?
That could be fun.
Well, this has been so much fun.
This
Please
was
come
so
back.
fun. Oh my God, I love you guys. We should hang out before I go.
You're going to Stagecoach?
No, I'm not going to Stagecoach. I kind of
Why?
wish I was. Are you going?
Yeah.
Maybe
Just
I
one night.
should be.
We're just going for Friday night. You should come.
I messed up because I went to Coachella and then I flew back to New York and I dumped all my outfits and stuff off. And then I've come here for work and I'm like, I should have just gone to Stagecoach. Everyone's going.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll change my mind and come.
You should come.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll fare
Honestly,
her-
Lana
fare-
Del Rey is playing.
That's why we're going.
That's
That's
gonna
why we're
be
going.
literally. I need to see that.
You do. You can find a pair of cowboy boots somewhere. In LA.
Yeah, I'll just rent something or like go to the I'll find
She'll
something.
find something.
Go dumpster diving.
She'll
I'll find
find
something. Yeah, I kind of think I should stay here for a while. It's fun. I'm having a good
Do you
time.
miss LA at all?
I do, but I'm like, is that just my brain playing games on me because I'm just visiting and getting the good part of it and like seeing people lightly?
Yeah.
Would I love to live back here? I don't know. I really like the life of New York. It's cool.
Yeah, I don't think you would.
No.
Yeah.
Back here.
I want to see like different stuff, meet new people all the time. New York's like that. Here, it's like I'm going to the same place, the same people, getting bored of that, you know?
That is very true. There are
I
all
like
the same people
difference.
everywhere you go.
And New York, any night I go out and meet, everyone I see is new. I don't ever see the same people.
Wow.
Everyone's cool.
Wow.
Where can they follow you, find you on social? Plug.
On Instagram and TikTok mainly and Snapchat.
At
It's all.
Margot Robbie.
I love
You're
you.
Snapchatting still?
Well, I am. I'm getting into it. You know,
She's
it's not
making
my it's not my
money.
vibe. But
That's
yeah.
where all the fucking
How many
Kanye
times do you
videos
have to
come
post?
from.
You would do it too for a check.
How many times are you posting a day?
You got to post around like 60.
60.
Yep.
I tried that for like
I did it for a week. I was great. Now I'm shitty. So I need to pick it up back up.
Okay.
But, you know, it's better than, you know, posting on Instagram stories and it not
gonna
going
pay.
anywhere. You could be doing
That's
something
true.
with
Not
it.
gonna be
You could be making money off it. So
Alright.
you got to
Well,
get
you can
into
find
it.
me on Snapchat as well.
Yeah. And
Yes.
it's, yep. Yeah. Exactly. We're going to have a duo account.
Sure. Yeah.
A linked account. Yeah.
We'll do a dual account.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll
For our
have
dates.
everything. Okay.
All right, Georgia. Great seeing you.
Great to see you guys. That's so much
Bye.
fun.
Yay.
Bye.
Well, that'll do it for our show today. We're pretty sure we're back tomorrow for a very special Going Deeper. So hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Hey guys, if you loved what you listened to, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.